Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am your tarot reader Stephanie, and today we have your 2026 love and romance predictions. We're going to see what the year 2026 has in store for you in terms of love. Regardless of whether you're single or in a connection or something in between, I will read for all of the above. We have 6 piles here for you today. Pile 1, we have the Antique Anatomy Tarot. Pile 2, we have the Weird Cat Tarot. Pile 3, we have the Starchild Tarot. Pile 4, we have the Kitten, Nugget Tarot. Pile 5, we have the Mystic Dreams Tarot. And pile 6, we have the Prism Tarot. So take a few deep breaths, open up that heart. Let's see what love is in store for you in 2026. And I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, Pile 1. If you chose the Antique Anatomy Tarot, then we have your reading here for you for 2026. Love predictions. We're going to see what the year 26 has in store for you. I had to restart this because I accidentally said 2025. So maybe some of you are going to be a little bit stuck in the past year for whatever reason, or something from the past year could carry over into this year, which may be good or bad depending on the situation. But we are going to look at I'm going to do it by season. So we're going to start with the tarot. We're going to do it by season. And then we're going to get into some oracle cards for you. So pile 1. What is happening in terms of love? I'm also going to read for singles and people in relationships. So it doesn't matter which one you're in. We're going to go ahead and I feel like the majority of you are single because I tried to say and in relationships and that was hard to get out. Or maybe for some of you, you're coming into this year a little bit single. Sorry, single, not a little bit single. That made me think of the song from Schitt's Creek, a little bit Alexis. I'm a little bit single even when I'm not. So maybe some of you are playing the field a little bit, or you're not really committed, at least in the beginning of the year. So let's start with the first 3 months. I meant to go by seasons, but that's not really how the year adds up. So we have the King of Swords. Love it. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So there's this dynamic of like a really logical masculine and like a very earthy feminine here. This could either be what you're currently dealing with, or this could be 2 aspects of yourself that you're embodying. But regardless of whether you're in a connection or not, I feel like this is the energy you're dealing with. This could be like a very practical energy versus a very logical, rational energy. The biggest differences is that one is very much in the material world and the other one is more in the mind space. And not saying that either or is bad or good. It's just this is how you both operate. So I'm getting that strongly here. We have the 4 of Wands. Yes. Okay, I like this. So I'll be honest, a lot of you are kind of starting off the year either with someone or with some sort of interest that maybe isn't supposed to be compatible with you, but you're having a lot of fun. Because the 4 of Wands is like victorious energy, it's party energy. Maybe you meet someone at a gathering, at a party, or maybe you just have a lot of fun with this person. Definitely feels like hookup energy, even if you typically wouldn't go for this. We also have the Fool. Yeah, this is somebody new, or this is like a new chapter for the both of you, because I'm not sure how long this person has been here, but they're showing up in this in the first few months for sure. So you have an interest, or you have somebody, or like I said, this could be 2 aspects of yourself that you're kind of reconciling, both the logical and the practical. So some of you might be a little bit more adventurous in the beginning of the year, even if you're typically not. And if you have a person, whether they're committed or not, I feel like you're going to be having a lot of newness here. This feels like somebody new, as in a new relationship, a new chapter with somebody, or somebody you've never been with before. So I feel like, I mean, you may have met them in the past year, but you're not really doing anything with them until this particular beginning of the year. I'm going to get one more card. So lots of fun, lots of excitement. We also have the King of Wands. Wow. Okay, so I'm seeing several ways of viewing this. This could either be 2 people, like you could meet somebody while you're with this person, which take that as it resonates if you're okay with that, if you're out there playing the field. Or this could be this same person turning from like a very logical person, a very rational in their mind, You know, they probably take things slowly or take things as they should. And then they become like the King of Wands, or suddenly you've ignited a fire within them. So this could be like a casual thing becoming a little bit more of a consistent casual thing. Or this could be a partner that maybe you only spoke with or spoke to online, and suddenly they become a reality. Because I'm seeing alchemy here. The Queen of Pentacles can be her own kind of alchemist, turning oh, what's that fairy tale, Rumpelstiltskin, the lady who turns straw or hay into gold. I'm getting a little bit of that. It's like you can make anybody into what you want them to be, or at least with this particular person you have that possibility. So right off the bat, I'm seeing somebody, because I mean, your first card was the King of Swords and then King of Wands. So that would be January through March is when you're going to experience this, or when it's more likely to happen. So let's move on to the next season for pile 1. This would be April through July, the spring season in the Northern Hemisphere. So pile 1. Okay, you got 3 right away. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the Magician. Oh, beautiful. And the High Priestess. So your intuition is amping up in that second half of the year, because I feel like you're going to be in a position where you don't know what to do, or you may become indecisive, or you feel like you're no longer in control of your life. This could be your love life, but I'm seeing your life in general as well. Or this could be, if you're still with this person, if you still have a person, this could be like you don't know what to do. But the Magician and the High Priestess, they're actually my favorite couple. Not romantically, of course, because they're both spiritual. But this is, one person here brings the intuition, the other brings the manifestation. So this is the energy where like one person has the idea, the other one sees it to fruition. Or one person has like the intuition to do something and the other person follows suit. There could be a lot of synchronicity. I do feel like for a lot of you, it could be either or of the kings here, or if it's the same person, it could be the same person. So I'm seeing you two joining forces. In fact, I love that these flowers look very similar in the 8 of Swords and the High Priestess. It's almost like the High Priestess saw this coming. And I feel like a lot of you, it could be you, because she is the more feminine archetype of spirituality, as to where the masculine is the Magician. So it's like you both combine forces to solve something. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's affecting your relationship, or if it's something affecting your personal lives, and you kind of you help each other here. Love it. It's giving power couple. This could also be that you kind of get used to each other's rhythms, or that you get used to each other's intuitive nudges. Like your intuition becomes stronger. More so on your part here, pile 1, but it could also be your partner, like getting used to it. Especially for those of you who are very psychic. Like I feel like your partner at first is like, what do you mean you're intuitive or psychic? And then they start seeing the synchronicities. Though I feel like for a lot of them, they've started to see them, but they wanted to rationalize that it wasn't possible. We have the 3 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. There's a lot of make it or break it kind of energy in the second half for sure, because it's like you get one obstacle and then you both combine forces and then another one hits. I think this is the reality check that is going to happen. It's a make or break energy, because after comes the 10 of Pentacles. So let's say one or the both of you is going after a career, and this could be the test that allows you to see whether this connection will become something permanent, or whether it's going to become something that you have to let go in order to pursue your stability, your achievements, your career, whatever it is that you're looking for. There's a make it or break it energy in the second half. So take that as it resonates. But I do feel like either you and this person will see it through, or you will decide to part ways. But either way, like nothing is getting in the way of your success, of your achievement, or each other's achievement if it's two very different things. So I'm kind of liking it. It's very, very realistic. Let's get this third part, the next 3 months. So this would be August to, no wait, July, August, September. Yeah, July, August, September. No. Yeah, no, I'm right. Okay. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have Temperance. You know what's lovely? I'm seeing the same person, or if like you pick one, like I feel like somebody comes along in the beginning of the year and they kind of remain with you throughout the year, because I'm not seeing any new people come through. So this does feel, there we go, Queen of Wands. This does feel like, at least with the person you're with, I feel like either you could already be in a relationship with them, or even if it's not a relationship, it's like the same consistent person. It's up at the beginning of the year where you have to like pick between one or two. But I feel like you carry them through it, like you stay or remain with them through the year. Because in this third part, I feel like you're getting, it's interesting because I'm being told the Five of Wands is something positive. It's activity. I know people sometimes read it as confrontation. And I guess if you don't like confrontation, it can be bad. But me personally, I like to solve things out. And this is the kind of energy I'm getting. It's like you're not remaining silent about anything. You're talking things through. Because somebody here, or maybe the both of you, have kind of aired out your anxieties or what you want and don't want in a connection, or what it is that you need in order to move forward. Because the Three of Pentacles here is cooperation. It's working through something. It's taking your feelings out of it and seeing what you can work out together, should you want to work it out together. So if you do end up going into the third part of the year with your person, it's balancing things out. And even if there isn't anyone, I feel like you will balance things out within yourself to the point where you understand how worthy of love you are. Because we have the Queen of Wands here. And the Queen is meant to represent you here. All the Queens are meant to represent you in this reading. Pile 1, not because you're feminine energy, but because I'm putting you in feminine energy to be able to read you. And the Kings are people who are coming through for you. So here I am seeing that you work things out. You learn to deal with, it's coming through almost as insecurities, the Nine of Swords here, where you learn how to deal with certain emotions or certain insecurities or any issues that may be coming through. The positive thing here is that you both learn to, if there is somebody involved, that you learn to work with it. It's like, how do we solve our problems? Because this doesn't feel like an energy of anybody, either you, your person, that wants to give up. It's more like, how can we make things work? Because there's something positive for you in this third part of the year, but it's going to take some work. It's going to take some harsh truths. It's going to take some honesty. It's going to take a lot of vulnerability to work something out. So yeah, there's conflict, but it's conflict that is resolvable, if not by your person, then within yourself, or vice versa. Because I feel like it all depends, but there is some sort of interesting emotions that are going to come to the surface, but they do get balanced out with Temperance here. It's like, where have we not been focusing on? Where have we not been balanced in this connection? So let's say you've been giving more attention to your partner and they haven't been giving enough to you. They start to give it back to you, or they start reciprocating. I feel like whoever this person is, they're really good at following clues and orders, which I kind of like. And if you don't have anybody by that time, this would be you understanding that you need to pour back into yourself as much as you can, to pour back into your cup. Very lovely energy. I mean, it's conflicting, but it's like the calm after the storm, or like the storm was needed in order to shake things up. And then for the last part of the year, which would be October, November, December, we have the Three of Cups. Beautiful. It's interesting that there hasn't been much cup energy in this entire reading so far. So I feel like by the end of the year, you really let your emotions flow. There's also going to be a lot of social activity. You could meet somebody's family here, or you could meet more friends. You could just start integrating your social circles, or you could just meet new friends. We have the Page of Wands. I love this. This is youthful energy. This is really fun energy as well. You could either be feeling this, like you could be feeling fun and youthful again, or you could just be spending a lot of time with people that you adore. It feels very social. You can make younger friends as well, or your friends could be making you feel younger. Like you could all be reminiscing about the past. We have the Five of Wands. Sorry, Five of Swords. I keep confusing my Wands and Swords, which is interesting. We have the Ten of Swords. And the Two of Swords. So towards the end of the year, I feel like you're focused more on social groups, on your friends. I feel like you're focused more on, if you do have a person, I feel like you will be social together, like you'll be seen out and about. But all this Swords energy gives me like this overthinking energy. And what I'm getting more than anything, actually, I'm going to clarify it. It's like, well, one, don't let the ideas of anybody else get in the way of your own ideas. The Moon. Yeah. So be aware of what are your ideas and what are everybody else's ideas, because I feel like you become very empathic toward the end of the year. And I am getting more of a solo journey. So regardless of whether you have somebody or not, if you do, you're going to be very social together. If you don't, you're going to be very social and you're going to meet a lot of people. But regardless, there's something about like the ideas affecting you, like others people's ideas affecting you, especially their negativity. So maybe this is something that happens every year, like people's winter blues kind of gets to you and it makes you blue. So be aware of that, be careful of that, make sure you're surrounding yourself with positive things, positive energy, and maybe even seek out more positive people, because I feel like you're picking up on other people's ideas with all these Swords energy. There's also an ending of some kind that is going to lead to a shift in communication, because I'm being told to take the Two of Swords as a shift in communication as opposed to lack of communication, which is its traditional meaning. Here it's more like things need to be thought out, so think before you speak. Think before you speak. Or let time come through in order to make sure you're taking your time to say what you need to say, because somebody or something here could be misinterpreted. We have the Star as well, lots of hope, coins, and the 8. Is that the 8? Yes, the 8 of Cups. So I am loving that you're choosing yourself this year, because it does feel like, yes, you have somebody, but the reason you have somebody is because of your strong sense of self here. So yeah, because for a lot of you, I wasn't really getting single energy until that later half of the year. And that's very dependent on whether you stick with this person or not, whether you decide to work it out or not. Because I do see that some of you could and some of you may not. It's all up to you and how your dynamic goes. Not only that, but going into the future, a lot can shift. So it's up to you how this will play out. But regardless, I am getting the common themes of you balancing yourself out and having fun, as well as not allowing people's thoughts or emotions to take you over. Make sure that you have your own in mind here. So with that said, let's get into your oracles to see what other themes are going to come through for my pile 1. So let's start with the Sacred Creators Oracle for my pile 1. We have Stop, Drop, and Ground, number 31. The 31st of the months could be important, and I know not every month has 31, so maybe specifically the months that end in 31 could be important. We have the Distraction of Shiny Things, 15. I'll be honest, there's a lot of lust in this year for you. So if you've been having a dry spell, that could be broken this year for sure. Or you'll be finding more people to be able to do things that you enjoy with, if the first part of that wasn't the case. And Changemaker, Make Waves, number 45. There's going to be a lot of changes in the way you perceive either your relationships, or love in general. Specifically because there's a very transformative Plutonic energy here. It's also very root chakra centered, so there's definitely like a shakeup within your way of viewing relationships. We have Pillar of Light, Descent of the Star of Isis. Definitely a new ascension in how you view relationships as well. This could be you lifting your person up or your person lifting you up. I'm also seeing, this makes me think of like how I ground when I bring light down and stuff. I'm kind of seeing a little bit of that. It's like you bring light to a situation, or you allow a situation to transform. maybe through you, but also through you and your partner, depending on how spiritual you both are or how transformative you are. There's something about breaking free as well. Pile 1. We have reflection. There's going to be a lot of mirroring within this this year for your relationships, regardless of whether you're in a connection or not. The people that you're into, that you're romantically involved with this year, are going to reflect a lot to you. And I feel like it's both positive and negative, because if it's beautiful things, of course it's beautiful things. But if it's negative things, it's going to make you wonder what's going on within you. It's like, if I'm seeing this within this person, is this also something within me? Or is it something that I've become so used to that I almost expect it out of people? And then let's get your Lover's Oracle card. You get 2. Okay, we have new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Yeah, I was getting that in the tarot for sure. There's like a newness here. There's something new, a new connection, a new beginning, a new person possibly. And there's definitely a newness here. We also have, this is definitely not appropriate, but he's kind of like rubbing all up on her body, and I love it. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. So there is this chance, because like I said, there was that conflict in the middle of the year that you may be facing if you have somebody, that you can learn to heal a connection, that you can learn to walk back from anything that's been done, if it's forgivable or if it's something that is difficult. Because I don't feel like your person is doing anything to you. It's more like the circumstances of your relationship are kind of either trying to break it apart, or it could be shaking up the connection. So there's definitely a need to heal here. And a lot of you are going to learn how to manifest healing within this connection, both for you, your person, and for both of you as a unit. So there's a lot to learn about healing this year for you. And I kind of really love that energy, because I think people can be too easy to just leave a situation when it's no longer convenient, or they can run away scared or not want to divulge anything about their inner feelings or workings in in any connection. But here you're learning to heal, and it's going to be something really beautiful, really magical. Let's go ahead and get your astro dice for my pile 1. We have the nodes. I forget whether this is the north or south node, but regardless, the nodes do deal with destiny. This is kind of like either, I don't want to say it's not karmic, it's past life energy or future life energy. The south node is specifically past life. The north node is future life. Because we always talk about past life connections, past life energy. We never really talk about future life. It's like, what are we meant to achieve towards? What are we meant to, what's our future life connection like? So I feel like for a lot of you, you're dealing with that, both past and future. And yes, you're meant to live in the present, but here you're acknowledging the cycles, the patterns and connections and relationships, and you're definitely healing those, whether it's with this person, somebody else, or by yourself. So I feel like you're definitely healing that. Because for a lot of you in this pile, I do feel like there's somebody involved, at least for half of the year, if not more. With 3, we have the house of communication. The 3rd house deals with communication, writing, speaking. So definitely healing that. If there's anybody here who has issues with communication, do expect that to be healed. Do expect that to be something that is important. There's going to be a lot of communicating, or a lot of I'm also seeing this as like the kind of energy that's very quick. I expect this year to go by fast in terms of love. Like when you and your person look back, if you have a person, of course, you're going to look back and think, wow, we've been together for a year already, and it doesn't feel like that. Or if you're single, you're going to look back and be like, wow, I actually did date this person and that person, and it doesn't feel like I did, you know? This could be like, for example, moving on quickly or getting into something in and out quickly. So there is a speed to this year that was probably not felt the year before, which makes sense because 2026 is a horse year, and horses very quick. I'm a horse myself, and I like to be fast about certain things, as opposed to the snake year, which takes its beautiful little time. Not saying that either or is good or bad. It's more like one is very slow paced and, you know, you just kind of live it, and the other one is like you're doing things. So I'm getting that energy. And then we have Scorpio energy. So definitely an intense year, not gonna lie. It feels very intense. Some of you may love it, some of you may not. There could be a Scorpio involved, or Scorpio energy in general could be important. So especially Scorpio season could be when you go through the most change, or look to your planets in your chart that have Scorpio in them. Those will be the ones affected the most this year. But yeah, this is what I have for your 2026 love predictions, pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the Weird Cat Tarot, then we have your reading here for you. For your 2026 love predictions, you're going to see what the year of 2026 has in store for you in the theme of romance, whether you are single or in a relationship. I will read for both. So we're going to start with the tarot to go quarter by quarter, I guess season by season, kind of what's going to happen. And then we're going to get into the oracles to see the themes that may come up. So, pile 2. There's something here about waking up early. You could become a morning person for some reason. Maybe that's just how your life is changing. Or the person you are seeing could be somebody who likes to wake up early and do morning things. Take that only if it resonates. I know some of you were like, no way. But I just need to let you know that I used to be that way. I was definitely a night person many moons ago. And now I've become a morning person. I just prefer the morning. So the first part is going to be January through March for my pile 2. We have the Knight of Cups. Yep. There's somebody in your life that is definitely changing your structure somehow. I don't feel like this is, like, if you are in a relationship, this is either somebody new or somebody that you're still not like married to. I feel like the commitment, I mean, yes, there's commitment, but it's not somebody that you've been with a long time. If it is, I feel like there's like a renewal in your relationship where you feel young again, you get more energy. There's something new here. If you're single, of course, this is somebody new or somebody that you've already, you could be bringing them in from the past year is what I'm hearing. So there's definitely somebody who is pursuing you. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, they love your stability. They love that. Okay, this is like earthy energy. So think of like earthy nature, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. There's something very grounding and stable about you, and this person adores it. Like, they really like this. Sometimes Knight and Queen energy can be like, I'm just going to say you come off as mature. So this could be because of your age or because of your experience or just how you've always been. Maybe you've always acted older than your age, and they really do like this. But I see them pursuing you. There's something very earthy about you. I'm hearing they like your smell and your body. If you already have a partner, I feel like this is just how they're going to be. They're going to be a little extra touchy-feely with you. We have the Emperor. Oh God, I love that. I love when I see the Knight and then the Emperor afterwards. So I really do feel like this person, like at first they pursue you and it's playful and it's fun. You know how in the flirtation stage, you never know where it's going to go. And then suddenly, like, literally they'd go 0 to 100 really quick. Like, once they're serious about you, once they realize what you are about, and I feel like it doesn't take them too long to figure out what you're about or what they want with you. They get really serious about this. This could also be competition between two people, like a new person and a person who's already been there, if that applies. If this is a partner you're already with, again, they go from like this flirtatious energy to Emperor again. But I feel like you may already see that a lot. Like, one moment they're acting like, you know, really romantic, really flirty, like they're still trying to court you. And the next it's like, oh, no, you're mine. Like, you've been mine. I don't know what we're doing here. Like, yes, I'm pretending to woo you, but we've been married. We've been together. You know, I'm getting that. We have the Queen of Cups. Oh, this is lovely. Look, I don't know what's happening in this first half of the year or first quarter of the year for you, pile 2, but lots of flirtatious energy, lots of like, I don't know, it's like you're playing different roles. If you're already with this person, you're playing different roles, or even if it is the same person, I feel like you just see different sides of you come out. Like, maybe this is a connection that started very either physical or more casual, and then it becomes something more really quickly. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So I do feel like there are circumstances outside of this connection, outside of this relationship, that is going to be affecting you. So this could be like, maybe you have a hard time planning things, or maybe the timing isn't right. Because the Wheel of Fortune, even when it's reversed, it is divine timing at play. So this could be like, you get to talking, you get to going out every now and then, but then like maybe something gets in the way. It could be work, it could be travel, it could be family. I'm gonna ask what it is. Or the timing of something isn't right. Justice. There could be a separation, I'm hearing. Or there could be like, if somebody here has children with another person, that could also be the case. So it could be something like that. Just something out of your control. And I say separation because I'm thinking of how divorces take a long time to finalize. Or they can take a long time to finalize. I'm getting something like that. Or maybe somebody here has gone through a separation and it's just, like, for example, maybe they're still living with their partner or ex-partner. In this case, I'm getting something like that. But regardless, I feel like there is a lot of love. There is a lot of, you're getting a lot of attention as well. Because this could also be two different people. Like one person brings out the earthy natural side of you. And this other person brings out the emotional side of you. So take that as it resonates. But I do see you being pursued in the beginning of the year. So let's move on to April through June. For the second part of the year, the second quarter, if you will. Empress, Ace of Wands, wow, Six of Swords, somebody coming back to you. Like I said, if something draws you apart in the beginning, they quickly come back because it's like, let's say, for example, you're posting pics online, like thirst traps, if you will. This person is like, oh no, I got to get back to my pile too. So I see, if it's the same person, I see them coming through and being like, just really enamored with you. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it really does feel like this person is all about you. Like, because you keep getting like character cards, you keep getting queens and empresses, and even your person, I feel like you're both like really pursuing love, kind of, I don't want to say seriously, but like it's definitely a thing. When it comes to romance, I feel like this year you're being unequivocally very magnetic. Like if it's the same person, they just can't keep away from you. If it's different people, I feel like they're gonna all pursue you. If you're already in a partnership, this could be your partner just being extra lovey-dovey with you. Specifically, if it's a partner you've already been with, for whatever reason, they're just really physically into you. Like they can't get enough of you. I don't know if you've recently gone through a glow up or something here, but I'm seeing you be pursued almost as like a force of nature. Which is really cute. Because the Six of Swords upright is going away. Reverse, it's like, I'm going away, but I'm coming back. So this could be a long distance for some of you. We have the Star. Yeah, you're glowing this year. When it comes to romance, you are glowing and the moon reversed. And a lot of secrets are being revealed as well. This could be like a confession, or this could be like somebody kept a good secret from you. So again, if this is a long-time partner, because I feel like it's weird. It doesn't feel like a long-time partner, but just in case it is, this would be like them finally revealing that they want to take it to the next step. This could be moving in together, getting engaged, getting married, or even trying to conceive here. Because like I said, I'm getting a lot of passionate energy from the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Cups and even the Emperor. So I'm really loving this energy. So yeah, they come back to you in that in the next 3 months of that. This could also be travel. Maybe you both travel together, or one person here travels to see the other. Or you could both travel to the same destination separately, if that makes sense. Like you both meet each other somewhere. So the next quarter, we have July, August, September. So what's going to happen there? Ooh, Strength, 10 of Cups. Wow. You could meet each other's families, or family could take a forefront here. If you already have a family with this person, you could be, for example, going on a trip. But this would be a trip that like brings out something in you. So I'm thinking of something like camping, hiking, or traveling across the globe. Something that you haven't done, because the Strength is overcoming something. So you're overcoming something that you've never done. So I'm getting something like that. Or it could just be like a new, like maybe you take on a new hobby, maybe quite literally that builds muscle. So this would be like, I don't know, family martial arts or something like that, which I have seen and I think it's cute, where the kids are learning self-defense, but the parents are also like, you know what, I also want to learn self-defense. So I'm getting family fun time. If it's not your own families, it could be like meeting each other's family, or you become integrated into one or the other's family. So I'm getting that really strongly. You could also get a pet if you've been wanting a pet, because this little, what is this bug called? I don't know, but it looks like a pet to this cat. We have the Fool. Yeah, like I said, something you've never done before. The Three of Wands, lots of planning. And the Four of Wands. This could also be a party. Maybe somebody here, maybe you're celebrating like the coming together of somebody else in your family. So for example, like a sibling's wedding or something like that. And that kind of integrates you into the family. Let's say that's the first time you meet their family because they invite you and you've been with them for some time. So this would be like you meet their family through the wedding process. I don't think it would be at the wedding. I think like that'd be too much. I guess it depends on how you view weddings. But it could be like at a bridal shower, at a family gathering, something like that. Because I do feel family, whether it's yours or somebody else's, being of importance here, that's for positive reasons. Like you get to learn how your person is with their family. You get to learn how they react to you, how they like you. You know, I feel like it's new, whatever this is. But there's lots of planning. There's lots of newness. You may go somewhere you've never been before. I keep hearing that. And Four of Wands is a celebration or a coming together. But interestingly, these two cats are so cute because they kind of look like they're doing their own thing, even if there is a celebration going on. So let's say you are at a family gathering. You two might sneak off and just be like, okay, we're done here. Let's go do our thing. Let's go be alone together. So I'm getting that really cute energy for this year for you, pile 2. And then for the last quarter, this is October through December for my pile 2. And I do feel for the majority of you, you will have somebody this year. I have a hard time believing that you don't. Just because at the beginning of the year, you can pick and choose, or there's already somebody pursuing you. And I do feel like they stay with you for the remainder of the year. We have the Four of Pentacles. Reverse. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Five of Wands. Interesting. Five of Cups, Eight of Wands. Okay, so I do feel like there's some sort of somebody's letting go of something here, and the Page of Wands makes me wonder if it's, let's say you've had a lot of people that you've been speaking to, or there was somebody new who was kind of trying to come between you and your person. This person is going to be gone, or there will be some talks about somebody. This could be somebody from the past as well, because for some reason Page here is coming through as like a past person or a person that is no longer of importance, which I know seems odd. But this person will have a talk with you about it. I don't know if it's on their part or your part, but I'm seeing that you both don't want to fight about it, or you both are addressing like the elephant in the room here. Another way of seeing this person, it could be like a child. If somebody here already has a child from a previous connection, this would be like, you know, you're wondering if this child should move in with the both of you, or if they should have like some sort of set schedule with them and the mother or something like that. So I am seeing that being of some importance here. So take it however it resonates. But like I said, it could be an ex, because I'm kind of getting ex energy for sure. Or it could be like a child or children that somebody has here, and it needs to be spoken about. For example, let's say you're moving in with a partner, but they have a child. You want to know, like, will they be staying at the house? Will they be going there soon? So there's like a talk about that. But whatever this is, it gets resolved both quickly and like really without much struggle. But I do see it being of concern. And I don't feel like anybody here wants to get rid of, like, for example, if it is that child, I'm not hearing that either of you wants to, you know, get rid of them. Of course, it's more like you have to figure out how to handle that situation, because you know how baby parents, baby mama, baby daddy energy or situations can be. You never know how it's going to be handled. Sometimes it's amicably, and sometimes it's a little bit more frustrating at that. But I do see that. Or, like I said, it could be an ex. Or sometimes it could also be siblings. I've known people who are much older than their siblings who kind of take care of their siblings as if they were their children. You know, I'm getting a little bit of that. So let's say they have like a 10-year age gap, and, you know, and they're 24 and they're still taking care of a 14-year-old. It's giving that kind of energy. So maybe you move in with your partner, but they have a sibling and you can't, you know, like you work things out. So take that as it resonates. The last way I can take this is you both have a child together, or you have a child on the way, if that is applicable, or if that is something you want. So if you don't want that right away, make sure you're taking the precautions necessary to avoid that, just in case that's not what you want. And if you do want it, well, that's great news, because whatever this is, it gets resolved quickly and on the best terms possible, because neither of you want to fight. And then back of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. Like I said, your person is so lusty for you, because you will have a person who I mean, you like them back. It's mutual. But for whatever reason, they're just like all over you. And I feel like you may not know what to do with that attention, or it may be something that's just kind of, I feel like it's cute because it does drive you both to do better for each other and to be together. But it happens very quickly. It's going to be a great year for you romantically, for sure. So with that said, let's get into the oracles, my pile 2. And full disclosure, I did have to redo my second pile, because the first time around, it didn't feel like a love reading. It felt more like a regular 2026 reading. So I was like, let me scrap that and focus on the love here. And I'm glad I did, because this definitely was focusing on like the romantic aspects. Because for the majority of you, I doubt you will be single this year. And if you are, it's just because somebody hasn't fully committed, like I said. But you will have somebody this year, or maybe several people if it's not one person. So I'm going to start with the Lover's Oracle for my pile 2. All right, you got these 2. Ooh. And I can't show the one that I saw flip over on the other side, but it's definitely the Passion card. Whatever, I'll take it. Because like I said, you're both very passionate. You can't get your hands off each other. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. We also have this one. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely a year where you have to go with the flow with your partner, or in terms of love. And then we have this one as well. Freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So what surprises me is that even though you're definitely like involved with someone this year, again, if you're single, I have a hard time believing you'll stay single for the majority of the year. I feel like you will still have a sense of freedom, because the energy I'm picking up within this connection is not stifling, it's not controlling, because I know some relationships can be like that. Here it feels free, or that you're both on the same page enough to not feel stifled or hindered by each other's energies. And I really like that, because it feels very healthy. Let's get the rest of your cards for my pile 2. We have illumination. That's what it feels like. Like this year in terms of romance feels like a breath of fresh air for a lot of you. And like I said, morning person, and here's a window in the sun. So you may find yourself waking up sooner. And if what you get in exchange is a partner who is always there for you, who does a lot of stuff for you, who meets your needs, I think it might be worth it to wake up a few extra hours. I don't know about you, pile 2, but that seems like a reasonable compromise here with the universe. Like maybe they get you up early to go to the gym, or maybe they just, again, I'm thinking of hiking, because I like to wake up to see sunrises. And that's what this card makes me think of. Or a time difference, of course, if you, like I said, if you're traveling to meet each other somewhere. We have anger reverse. You'll find yourself less and less angry. Like where you typically get angry about certain things, I feel like this person or this love energy that is coming through makes you less angry about the things that would typically send you off the rails. Like I feel like even this person, when they do something that typically annoys you, that any other person would do, when they do it, you're like, oh, that's okay. We'll solve this. We're going to talk about this for sure, but yeah, that's fine. And this isn't because you're lowering your boundaries, or because it's not that at all. It's not that you're or what's the other thing? It's not like you're lowering your standards either. This is more like I keep hearing that what you're getting is worth a little bit of the struggle, because it feels so good and it comes so easy that it almost makes sense that whenever something bad arises, you're like, okay, I can handle it. What's going on? And I don't know why that's coming through. Maybe the getting is good for you here, pile 2, that you're like, okay, let's talk it out. Instead of getting angry, because the energy I'm getting from this pile makes me like really happy and giddy. And I definitely wasn't like that in other piles. So like I'm smiling the whole time. So yeah, for a lot of you, like I'll be honest, pile too. This feels like you got it bad for this person, but they got it bad for you too. Because I keep seeing the things that would typically annoy each other, like, and it's not just you, it's also your person. The things that would typically annoy you don't annoy you in this connection. You could have a very strong Jupiter in your connection. Like maybe you mutually aspect Jupiter in your astrological chart, which would mean that it makes it easy for this connection to be very happy and jovial and even like spiritual. We have rising sun. What did I say? Illumination and rising sun. The divine solar child reborn. And like I said, for some of you, you could be very fertile with this person because like I said, you're basically pile 2, you're doing it a lot with this person. Of course, if that's applicable. So because of that, I feel like you're more fertile, like just out of your natural chemistry or I don't know how fertility works in that way. Like if it, because you're more active, you're more likely. I mean, yes, the chances are increased, but I don't know, this person works your hormones, your pheromones, your whatever is going on. The chemistry between the both of you is ridiculous. And it's cute. So if you've been wanting a child, this will help. If you don't, like I said, take those precautions. Regardless, it wouldn't surprise me if you're surrounded by children a lot. Like maybe you both hang out and like you end up watching, I don't know, your siblings' kids or something like that. Or you're just hanging out at a park and then kids come up to you and they're like, I don't know, just hanging around you, which has definitely happened to me before. I've been in an airport where I'm just like waiting for my flight. And then a bunch of kids just start playing around me and I'm like, excuse me, I don't know you. I don't know you. You're not my nephew. You know, I'm getting that kind of energy. Back of the deck, we have magic and ritual. Crafting sacred practice. Some of you could have been like really trying to manifest love in general. And I feel like this is what you manifest. So, and I'm not saying to manifest a specific person. I'm saying to just manifest the kind of love that you want. And for a lot of you, this could be something that you want. So if you don't really feel like this would be in your future, I would go ahead and do everything you can in terms of manifestation, of wishing, hoping, praying, ritual work in order to see this through, because you can claim it. You can go down in the comments and claim it. That would be a great way to help me out through this reading. But I love this energy for you. Like the fact that you're just so full of love and freedom and passion to the point where you can't really get angry at anything in love, or at least at your person. Maybe this does affect you in your everyday life as well. Like maybe you get less angry about things. Because I'm seeing somebody just in such a good mood that even when they go to work and the stressful things happen, you know, they just take it in stride. They're like, oh yeah, that sucks. Let me just do something about it. I kind of like this though. We have steps ahead is all you need. Well, oh, sorry. One step ahead is all you need. One step ahead. So you're very close to this happening because at the time that I'm recording this is November. Mid-November. But I won't release it until probably December. But it wouldn't surprise me if it begins like right before the new year. So because you're going into the new year with this person or with them around. Manifesting and doing. It's interesting that these both wanted to come out reverse. So like I said, if you're not already manifesting, go ahead and manifest it because you're going to have good luck with that. That's a yellow, like this goldish yellow here as well, which is solar plexus energy, which is your confidence, where your confidence stands. And I feel like a lot of you, I mean, you could be doing like really good abdominals or Pilates or something that works on the core, the abs here, because I'm also seeing like, I mean, first of all, this outfit is everything, but also her body is banging. So you could decide to work on your core. I know I always do because it's good for the lower back and the back in general. But I'm getting a little bit of that. So manifest. Overthinking can spoil the magic. And here's the thing. Once you put it out there, let it go. Once you put it out there that you want a partner with all of this, just let it go. It's interesting that I keep kind of getting steps for how to manifest this for a lot of you here. Because I'm kind of getting this energy that maybe you haven't, like you may want love, but what steps have you taken towards it? And I'm not talking about like downloading a dating app or getting to meet people. It's like, are you allowing the energy of love to come in? And move beyond intention to belief, yeah. Because it's one thing to do the things. It's another to truly believe that it can come through. So I hope that helps pile 2. Let's go ahead and get your astro dice to close you out. And I will have the 2026 regular horoscope tarot readings out sometime afterwards. We have Aquarius, we have Sun. Somebody here could have a Sun in Aquarius and the 4th house. So like I said, family is important. This person could have Sun in the 4th house, which would give them a lot of Cancerian energy. They could also have Aquarius in the 4th house, which would make them, is it Leo rising? No, sorry, Scorpio rising. They could be a Scorpio rising. They could be maybe even a, what's before Scorpio, Libra rising? Because sometimes the houses can be a little wonky depending on which version you use. But this person is definitely, they have a large community. Like, they care about their family, their friends. Their family and their friends are all part of their family. Like, this person has a lot of people who aren't family that they would consider family. Or they could be friends with their family. Like, they legitimately like, for example, their cousins and stuff as people. Like, even if they weren't related, they would probably still be friends with them. Family is important to this person. I do feel like they want their own family. So like I said, very fertile with this person. But Aquarius gives me a bit of detachment. I'm also seeing Pisces on the side. They could be on like the Aquarius Pisces cusp for some of you, which is interesting. That would be February, mid-February. I'm just gonna say mid-February. And then I'm also, yeah, family is like a big deal here. Maybe they have a huge family and you become incorporated into theirs. Or if you have a big family, they could be incorporated. Or your families maybe already know each other, so it makes it easy for the both of you to get together. What else is coming through? Sun, this person, they're going to definitely boost your confidence, or they're very confident, or you boost each other's confidence. You might have a very strongly aspected sun in your chart, like a trine or something. Maybe a conjunct, but I'm getting more a trine. But yeah, this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the Starchild Tarot, then we have a reading here for you about your 2026 love predictions. We're going to see what's going to be in store for you in the theme of romance for 2026. We're going to start with the tarot, where we're going to see season by season, quarter by quarter, every 3 months, what's going to happen for you in terms of love, regardless of whether you're single or in a relationship. I will read for both. And then we're going to get into the oracles to see more specifically what themes may rise up. So, pile 3. Pile 3. What is happening for them in 2026 in terms of love? We have the Page of Pentacles reversed. 9 of Wands reversed. Interesting. We have the Queen of Wands reversed. We have Death reversed and 4 of Swords reversed. Interesting. And no, this deck is not reversed because I'm pretty sure I shuffled it well. But so there's this feeling here that you're taking back something because you are tired of it. So you might be focusing less on love, or in terms of like what you have to offer, you might be taking something back mostly because you're tired. Mostly because you're tired of putting in the effort. The Queen of Wands reverse can be a tired queen, because a Queen of Wands upright is full of energy, full of charisma, unstoppable. Reversed, it's like this queen needs a break. So at the beginning of the year, you may not be very much into romance. You just might be doing your own thing. You could be focusing on yourself, regaining your strength, or you could be going through some sort of transformation. The Death card in this deck is transformation, but so it could be a bit of an ending. But mostly, I feel like you're going through so many things that you can't really be bothered with romance, or you're not focusing on it. 4 of Swords reverse, it's like you have no time to rest. So it's giving that if somebody here isn't putting in the effort, nothing's going to happen. Because in terms of you, you're not really making anything happen. If you're in a relationship, same thing. You're kind of taking back your energy to focus on other matters, on yourself, or even what has to be done, especially if you're going through some sort of transformation. Or, let me move that here. So, or if you're going through some sort of change in your life, this is going to be like a big change. So if you're in a connection, I feel like there's big changes for both you individually and your partner or your family if you have one. So you might be focused more on you. So beginning of the year, when it comes to romance, you're just pulling back. You're pulling back because you're tired. And because I feel like you've put in a lot of effort, or you could just have burnout from, for example, the holiday season, if that was something that you really had to deal with. This is from January to March. So I feel like beginning of the year, there's not much going on. I do see a possible glow up here because the Queen of Wands lets me know that you're still taking care of yourself. You're still focusing on you. You could even go through a makeover because the Queen of Wands next to Death, that's like a complete transformation. So you might decide to do something drastic with your hair or something drastic with your body. Whatever it is, you are going through a physical glow up for sure. And you will be unrecognizable. This is almost... I think this is better for singles than my people in connections. People in connections, I feel like you're just gonna, be with your partner regardless. But if you're single, this could attract something new or somebody new, or there could be something different about you. The way you carry yourself will even be different. Because like I said, you're not really focused on love, or even if you are, you're taking back a lot of your energy, a lot of your time, a lot of what you've been giving. You're taking it back, or you're not feeding it anymore. You're no longer giving as much as you used to. So you're kind of retracting here. So that's for the beginning of the year. Let's see what else goes through. So for the second part of the year, this is April through June. We have the World reversed. Why are all these cards reversed? I swear this deck is not reversed. We have Judgment or Awakening. Look, this year's transformative for you, pile 3. I feel like if there is love, it's got to be a love that's able to ride out everything that you're going through. This could also be like a new way of viewing love. Like for you, if the love isn't intense, if it's not all consuming, if it's not something that brings life to you, I feel like you don't want it. So that's what's coming through, specifically for my singles, of course. For those of you already in a connection, I feel like these changes could be affecting the both of you. You have the 5 of Wands. I'm really seeing like a very nonchalant, well, not nonchalant, what's the word I'm looking for? A very passive energy this year when it comes to love for you, pile 3. It feels go big or go home. 8 of Swords reversed. This card, 8 of Swords reversed, has come out in every pile so far, letting me know that this is going to be a theme for everybody in 2026, where we're no longer becoming victims of circumstances in love. We're no longer becoming a victim, quote, quote, of either love, crushes, infatuation, things like that. It's a big wake-up call to what a healthy partnership is, what true love is. I feel like that's the biggest thing. So very internal here. If you do have a connection, like I said, it's like, oh, Page of Swords reverse. It's kind of like you're making things work because they have to. Again, I'm hearing go big or go home. Like either you're all in or all out, especially with this Judgment card, because so far it's the only card that's come up right. Letting me know again that if something isn't, I feel like if the love isn't substantial, if it's not worthy of your time, if your person isn't going to be at least partially obsessed with you, you don't want it. This is very strong Scorpionic energy. So I don't know if some of you are having like a Pluto transit, or if you're having, I don't know if any big major planets are going into Scorpio this year. I can't remember, but it's going to be important for a lot of you that, again, if something isn't like super passionate, super just romantic, like very obviously romantic, you're not going to give it any second chance. So if anyone's coming in with half-hearted energy, you don't care. Like you don't do half-hearted energy. You don't do people who don't want to take risks. Like I feel like what you're attracted to, or at least this year, pile 3, is people who are intense because you need an intensity, because everything else around you is also intense and kind of all over the place. You need someone to like really just sweep you off your feet. So if they can't do that, there's nothing there. If you're already in a connection, again, you and your partner are going to go through it for the better here. Also, there's something about communication. Again, half-hearted communication, you're not dealing with that. You're not dealing with that this year. And thank goodness, because you're going through far too much to be putting up with somebody who can't even say a proper good morning, hello, how are you? You know, I feel like, oh, I like this energy, I'll be honest. because it's very badass. Maybe some of you have, this feels either Pluto or Mars in the chart. So some of you could have Venus conjunct or in strong aspect to your Venus, or what's the other one? Mars? Yeah, think Scorpio, think Aries, think action-oriented, think intensity. That's what's coming through. Some of you could have Venus in Scorpio or Aries. So for the third part, this is August to September. No, August, September, October. July, August, September. So the third part. We have 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. I'd like to know why all of these are reversed. 2 of Cups. There we go. The Hierophant. I'm getting nostalgia in the third part, 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, getting nostalgia. Because there's 2 ways of reading this. Either you're happy on your own and you're, again, like if love comes through, you're welcoming it. But I feel like your energy is easing up in that third part from July to September. Because I'm getting that you're working on yourself, you're working on your goals, your projects, you're actually very happy. And people are seeing you, or somebody specifically is seeing you be happy. I'm getting strong Taurus energy with the Hierophant, but the Hierophant to me means karmic lessons. It could also be the lessons we learn in life. But I feel like here somebody is coming back through because they have learned a karmic lesson, and it somehow ties back to you, romantically, of course. This could be an ex that maybe decides to apologize, or this could be somebody that things never got off the ground with that decides to come back around to give you something worthwhile because they know and understand that you may not need much from them or that they can't offer anything, but they still want to try. So in that third part of the year, I'm seeing somebody come back because the Hierophant, like I said, it's Taurus, and Taurus can have a hard time letting go of things. I say this as a Taurus myself. So there's this energy here that somebody never really let go of you or never really gave up on the idea that you two could work out. So they may come through, but only if you want them to. So you have some sort of leverage here. Because anytime I see this card with this lady as the Hierophant and her little crystal ball glowy thing here, it's giving me leverage. So someone comes back with an offer that you are allowed to accept or deny, whatever this is. And of course, if you do deny it, I feel like you will deny it with grace because this feels apologetic. This feels like something that can be worked through. So I don't think it's somebody that you left on awful terms. I don't think it's somebody that, you know, things were awful with. This is somebody coming in with like either a new declaration of love or a new, there's a newness here. Maybe they were healing. Maybe they were going through something. Maybe they couldn't give you the time. Maybe they were one of those people who only gave half-hearted whatever. And now they're coming through with something that is more full-hearted, you know? So I do see things turning around, at least by halfway through the year for you. If you're already in a connection, this is things being happy again. This is having time for romance and having time to dedicate to your partner and your relationship and to be lovey-dovey again. So I'm really liking that energy for you. Let's get the last part of the year. This is October through December. For my pile 3. What's coming up next or what's coming for them in love in 2026? We have the Empress and the 9 of Swords. Interesting. Some of you are wondering about your ability to romance or pull anybody. I get this energy a lot from, for example, women that are aging and feel that their romantic currency is going down in value. And as I'm saying that, my throat is getting all raspy. Because I don't like talking about that. And I feel like maybe some of you, this is kind of hitting you for some reason. But I am seeing, let's see, let's get the rest of the cards to confirm what I'm seeing. We have the 7 of Cups. You're going to notice that your options are shifting and changing. And oh gosh, this is especially true. I'll explain how in a minute. We have the High Priestess reversed. Interesting. There's a lot of things you're not going to see coming at the end of the year. King of Swords. Love it. Love it. Okay, so And back of the deck, Queen of Pentacles reversed. So this energy of like being insecure about your looks, especially as you're aging, or wondering about your romantic currency, or if you're worthy of anybody, regardless of your gender or your age or whatever. I'm seeing that what this is actually doing is opening you up to possibilities of people that maybe you weren't attracted to before that you now are, or vice versa, people who weren't attracted to you before but now are. And the best way to explain this, I'm saying this as somebody in my mid-30s. Like when I was in my 20s, I felt like I was limited to people only my age. But then as I'm getting older, I'm now in my mid-20s and I'm literally, my age ranges have gone wider in both directions. Like I'll date older, I'll date, younger. And it's kind of like my, what's the word? My audience, my demographic for love has kind of expanded the older I've gotten because I know several people. And of course, like people of all over the world. As well, with the internet, being able to contact people from the other side of the globe. It's things like that. Your options are going to multiply somehow. So this will depend on where you are and what your expansion is. Like, for example, like I said, if you're heading into your 30s, you might realize that you like to date people older and younger. So that's an example, of course. I'm not saying that's what has to happen. Or this could be like you move somewhere and suddenly where you live is full of single people or people that you're more likely to be attracted to. Maybe you have a specific type, and where you're moving to or the place where you move into has more of that type. It's giving that. So for example, let's say you really like Italian men. You move to Italy and suddenly the world is your oyster when it comes to your pick and choosing of men. That's just an example. And of course I'm being shallow here and superficial, but that's just a simple, easy example to give you. I'm getting that kind of energy. So with the High Priestess reversed and the King of Swords, somebody will come in and you're not really noticing them. You're not seeing them intuitively. And part of the reason why, and of course this is for my singles, part of the reason why is because you've been busy focusing on so many other things that you don't even notice that there's somebody very eligible, very, very attractive, somebody that you're going to meet on a mind level that you're really going to enjoy. This could be this person that came back for some of you. That's only if you accept them, of course. I feel like they will fit this King of Swords energy because the King of Swords likes to make plans, likes to talk, likes to, they think a lot. So they're very intelligent. They could have a lot of degrees or just be well educated. They could also speak multiple languages because it also deals with the voice, or they could be a speaker. And I feel like you're going to get that kind of energy toward the end of the year. If you are in a relationship, again, I feel like you're wondering if your partner still likes you because you're going through changes in terms of like your beauty, your ability to charm, or maybe even for some of you, again, I'm getting like feminine changes. So like things like perimenopause or menopause here. And you're wondering, is your partner still into you? But what you're finding is, well, one, there's a lot of people who are into you. Like you might be getting flirted with and hit on, even though you're taken, and you're kind of wondering like, well, what's going on with that, And two, I feel like this opens up a lot of like the things you and your partner can do. So for example, let's say you're much older and you no longer have a menstrual cycle, and suddenly that's something you don't have to worry about, So you and your partner can go at it anytime without having to worry about that. Sorry if that was TMI as an example, but that's what's coming through. Or maybe you're no longer fertile. Well, I guess that's the same thing. Yeah, like you no longer can have a baby. That's one less thing you do have to worry about. So you can not have to worry about, birth control and stuff like that. It's giving that kind of energy. What else? I just feel like whatever changes you're going through, you worry about, but then you realize that it actually opens your horizons here. And again, I feel like your partner is going to become very intellectual. They're going to take care of a lot of things for you. So it takes a mental load off of you that you don't have to worry about. Maybe they're noticing that you've been more anxious with the Nine of Swords here. So they decide to step up and do things for you that I feel like you didn't think they would do. I see this a lot. It's one of those make or break kind of situations. Like maybe you're going through, again, this is an example. Let's say you have the loss of a parent and your partner steps up and helps with things around the household, or even taking care of like certain situations while you mourn your deceased parent. I see that a lot in older couples. So it's giving that kind of energy, and your person will be very patient with you. Whoever your person is, if you end up with a person, they'll be very patient with you and very understanding as well. Because I feel like by the end of the year, you will have gone through so much, you'll be a little shaken. So I feel like maybe take a good, nice vacation, some time off, a trip, something. Because this year, there's a lot happening. for you, pile 3. And I would check out your regular horoscopes for 2026 as well, or your tarot predictions for 2026 as well, because there's a lot happening. And I feel like your love life, it has like an effect on your love life for sure. But it does end up being very sweet. So yeah, especially if you're a woman and you have like that women's intuition, it's going to be a little bit off because of how frayed your nerves are, so to speak. So with that said, let's move on to... There was a similar message in a previous pile. So I'm not sure if you're coming from that one as well and you're here for different messages, but it might just be similar. I'm going to start with the Lover's Oracle. I know the other ones I've been beginning with it, but this one I feel like I need it because the romance hasn't really been... I mean, it's been there, but it hasn't been romancing for some of you. We have this one. Twin flames, your passion ignites. Beautiful. For some of you, you could meet a twin flame this year, or you could have twin flame-like energy. I'm going to get more. If you already have a partner, you could be mirroring each other more, or you could be getting more spiritual or more aligned with each other. We also have this one. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So there's something here to be said about patience for a lot of you, especially those of you who are single and wanting to meet or find your partner or get with your partner. Especially if what I said about somebody coming back around with a true offer is ringing in your ear for you, I feel like that's going to be something you have to be very patient for. Because at least at the time that I'm recording this video, that would be almost exactly a year from now. So there's something to be said about patience here. And maybe some of you don't want to wait, which is fine. You can move on, or you can choose another pile. After all, we have, I want to say 5. I might be doing 6. So pile 3. We have the now. Focus on the moment. Focus on the now because you have a lot going on. So you're going to be in the present moment. We also have Creator Water. You're also going to be very emotional. Emotions weren't really coming through in the tarot, but I could see how this year could make you very emotional. And then accept and receive. So there could be something here about accepting and receiving. Be wary of what you are allowing into your life and what you're not allowing into your life is what I'm hearing for a lot of you. Pile 3. Okay, we got 2. We have Mother of Life, Nourishment of the Golden Grain Mother. And Truths Unveiled, the Revelation of Isis. So there's a lot of truths that are going to be revealed this year. Some that could be quite pivotal. Some that could be maybe even life-changing. Or something that you either had been wanting to hear for some time or maybe have a hard time accepting as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a harsh truth. It could also just be like a truth that maybe is difficult for you to accept because you don't believe in something, is what I'm hearing, which is interesting. Mother of Life, nourish yourself. Make sure you're nourishing yourself. Think of like a mother's love for a child. Give that to yourself because you're needing it a lot. So for this pile, I'm getting strong, independent energy regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not, because you're going to need it. And I feel like your love life this year is going to be a reflection of what you need. So either people are meeting those needs and you're rejecting them, or people are meeting those needs and you're accepting it. But the way you accept it could be, it's weird. It's like whatever people have to offer you and how you accept or reject it are going to be the biggest themes this year for you. Again, regardless of whether you're in a connection or not, it could be your current partner or potential partners here. Let's get the rest of your cards. And then your Astro Dice. Pile 3. Like I said, some of you are going through a glow up because I keep looking at her makeup and I'm like, that looks really good. So maybe some of you might get like a new makeup routine. We have rejection. Interesting that it's reversed. Like I said, accept and receive. Some of you could reject somebody and they may want to come back around. They may be like, I don't like pile 3's rejection. And maybe they have something of substance to offer you. Another way I'm seeing it is that you're not here for rejection. The minute you sense a whiff of rejection from anybody, you reject them even harder, is what I'm hearing. Take that as it resonates. But it's interesting that this wanted to come out reversed. Again, I'm getting this weird. Maybe you felt that somebody rejected you when they didn't, and they're coming back to clarify that. Because maybe you felt rejected some way. And then we have sadness reversed. I get Likey Lee's song, Sadness is a Blessing, stuck in my head so often. It's weird because I don't even like that song. But I've always thought it was interesting because she says sadness is a blessing. Sadness is a pearl. Sadness is my boyfriend. Oh, sadness, I'm your girl. So like I said, there's a lot of emotions this year. Allow yourself to feel them. For some of you, you're actually really... I don't know how condescending or weird this may sound, but I'm hearing you're pretty when you're sad, or somebody likes it when you're sad because that means they get to be your peace and comfort and they get to make you happy. And I'm not saying go out of your way to be sad. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm getting like Lana Del Rey's sad girl vibes here from some of you. Take that as it resonates. But I feel like you will be sad and you may not want to share that with anybody, but I feel like there's something about vulnerability here that allows you to accept certain people into your life. And you'd be surprised at how much they want to come through here. Of course, I am talking about romantic partners here. For those of you who are single and don't have one, or even if you do have a partner, it's opening up to them emotionally. Maybe you're not used to that. Or maybe you're not used to having your partner care about your feelings for some of you. Maybe you're in a connection right now where your partner is very emotionally attuned to you. And in previous connections, that wasn't the case at all. Or maybe or maybe you didn't feel comfortable with your partners being emotional with them. And back of the deck, I like this. It's surrender. It's definitely a year surrendering a lot. Surrendering baggage, surrendering anything that you know doesn't serve you, and surrendering, giving in to the idea of love being something completely different from what you are used to. And let's get the Astro Dice. I do have to admit, I had Lana Del Rey's Brooklyn Baby stuck in my head at the beginning of this reading, of this particular pile. We have 9, we have Uranus, and we have Scorpio. What did I say about that intensity? Lots of Scorpionic energy is coming through. The 9th house in Uranus, it's definitely a year for travel. You may find yourself either traveling or learning or just expanding in some way. I feel like for a lot of you, it might literally be travel. Maybe you have to go certain places that you weren't expecting to with Uranus, because Uranus is, think of the Tower card. It's very unexpected. It's out of nowhere. So you may find yourself traveling to places you didn't think you would, or you may be called to go somewhere you weren't expecting to. Or this could mean that like overnight you have to travel somewhere. So like the best example I can think of, and I hate saying this because I already gave this example once and I really don't want this to be the case for a lot of you, but if you know who you are, then you know who you are. But this is just an example. Let's say your parent passes away and they live on the other side of the globe. This means that overnight you have to pack your bags and go there, you know? That's what happened. I remember when my grandfather passed away, my mom just woke me up one morning. It's like, your grandfather passed away. I have to go to Mexico right now. And I was like, okay. You know, it's something like that. I'm getting that kind of energy. But it doesn't have to be that. It could also be maybe a job. Maybe within a week you have to fly out to some other place because you got a job there. Or you have to travel somewhere to start school. I'm getting that. So it's definitely a go with the flow kind of year, or yeah, and this is affecting your relationships in some way. Yeah, expect the unexpected, I guess, is the best way to say it. But also there's a lot of emotional energy. It's weird. It's like Aquarius and Scorpio combined. I'm getting that energy. But this is where I leave it, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the Kitten, Nugget Tarot, then we have your reading here for you about your 2026 love predictions. We're going to see what 2026 has in store for you. We're going to start with the tarot, and we're going to go quarter by quarter. So every 3 months, we're going to look to see like what every season has in store for you. Then we're going to get into the oracles to see more specifically what themes of love may come through for you this year. So for my pile 4... this one is stubborn. Okay, I had to restart it because the first time around I was just getting all kinds of weird energy that I didn't feel really belonged. And now, like when I'm shuffling, there's like a stubbornness. So something here could take some time to get off the ground, or there could be stubbornness either within you, within somebody else. We have the High Priestess. Your intuition will be your guide this year for sure, especially if you are And I'm reading for both singles and people in relationships. Especially when it comes to guiding your relationship, your love life, you will turn to your intuition more so than you will probably turn to your partner if you already have one. But there's something here about being guided by your intuition that is really important. We have 5 of Wands. Yeah, you're avoiding conflict, or you're making it a point to avoid drama for sure. Page of Pentacles, like it. 3 of Cups, like it as well. Your type is shifting, or the kind of person you typically go for is shifting if you're single. If you're in a relationship, the people you hang out around are going to be different. Because for a lot of you, part of what was kind of holding you back was either the people around you or something along those lines. For some of you, it was your type, and maybe your type was dictated by where you were. For example, different parts of the world will have different kinds of people. Or it could even be like you've shifted in terms of your energy, which does come with the High Priestess. So therefore, you're attracted to new individuals. Like you're attracted to something different. I do see somebody new. Like the page is always like a new person. Somebody rather new in your life, or somebody who, I mean, it could be a new beginning with somebody, but I doubt it. I guess it depends how well you knew that person to begin with. But I am seeing that. But you're releasing a lot of toxicity, a lot of negativity that surrounded your relationships and even friendships here. We have the Devil reversed. What did I say? You had some toxic, either toxic tendencies yourself, or you were attracted to toxic tendencies, maybe a little bit of both. And you're releasing that in the beginning of the year, specifically during Capricorn season, because the Devil does is associated with Capricorn in the tarot. So I'm getting that. Interesting that we have like a combination of Pisces and Capricorn. So maybe some of you could be a Pisces with Capricorn moon, or a Capricorn with Pisces moon, which is one of my favorite combinations. I think Edgar Allan Poe had that. But I'm getting a combination of being so deep in your feelings, but also being in control of yourself. So this is like acknowledging that when you're falling for somebody, for my singles, that if there are toxic traits in them, but you're attracted to them anyway, you're going to be like taking a step back and reassessing and be like, whoa, wait. Why am I liking this? I know they do this. What about me is being drawn to them? What do I need to heal within myself? What is this reflecting back at me? So I'm getting a little bit of that. For those of you in a connection, if you start seeing your connection bring up like the more negative side, like when you get into arguments, or when it starts getting, you know, when there's friction in the connection, it's like either you or your person or the both of you stop and reassess. Wait a minute, why are we acting like this? What's actually going on that is not being spoken about? So very mature energy. I really like this. It's like you're taking accountability for where you may be lacking, or where you've been drawn to negative things, or where you've been allowing toxicity to grow around you, within you, or in the people around you, whichever makes more sense. So I really do love this. This is a great start to the year in terms of love, especially for my singles here. And even those in relationships, if you know you've had like a difficult time with your partner, or if you're prone to, like maybe you're just working through something to iron it out. If it is, it might be in the beginning stages of it as well, with the Page of Pentacles here. So let's go ahead and move on to the next 3 months. So this was January through March. Now we're going into April through June for my pile 4. We have the Forager. What are we looking for? Oh, I've never really seen this. Oh, this is cute. Some of you could go camping. Or is that a beach? Maybe you decide to go on an outdoor trip. That's only if that's applicable, of course. I'm taking that literally. But the Forager is like, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? What are you and your partner looking for? You may find it. It's different from the Manifester. The Manifester creates the reality. The Forager goes out and plucks the fruits of that reality. You can manifest an environmental moment, but if you're not living in it, is it worth it? That's what I'm hearing. We have the Queen of Cups reversed. We have the Sun. It's ooh, I like this. Like I said, accountability is kind of like the theme for romance this year, pile 2020. Sorry, pile 4. It's the theme for 2026. It's the theme for pile 4, and it's looking really good. It's kind of like, this feels like Venus and Saturn conjunct energy. So if you know your astrology, I feel like Saturn is going to have a very sobering effect on your love life, but in a good way. This is like setting the grounds for stability, because you're taking accountability where your feelings have been getting in the way of you seeing a reality, or where you may be disassociating through feeling as opposed to living the experience. And I'm not saying that your feelings are invalid here. It's more like they're valid, but why are you feeling this way? And is that actually reflecting what's going on? Or is that just a trigger within yourself that you may have to pay attention to so that you can release and heal the toxicity within that situation? Because like I said, you're letting go of toxic patterns and people. The world reversed. Yep. You're letting go of toxicity in general. And the King of Swords. And you're letting... It's interesting because we don't always associate rationality and logic with romance, do we? But in this case, I feel like you are. It's like, yes, we have our feelings and they're important, but the logic of it is that you and your person get along, or you are actually worth more than you recognize. And that's all. And that's halfway. What am I trying to say? That's halfway through the battle, right? That's half the battle, is understanding your worth. Because for a lot of you, you may be dealing with feelings of lack or feelings of self-worth, or wondering like if what you're feeling is valid or not, if what you're feeling is true or not. This is not trusting yourself, essentially. I feel like part of the reason people don't trust others is because they have a hard time trusting themselves. But I see you really shaking out of that mentality or that mode through what exactly? I'm going to ask, because the world reversed is like ending a chapter, but it hasn't quite ended. Because you have those fine details to look back through. So logic ends up winning in the second part of the year, but in a good way. You have the Six of Wands, feeling like you're not worthy of a happy ending or something positive. This is especially true for my singles, but even in a relationship, I'm getting this as well. Maybe one thing that you and your partner have been at odds with is like what you are worthy of having, both as a couple and as individuals. It's like not wanting to outdo each other, or maybe going after something, but somebody here doubts it. I do feel that for a lot of you, this could be you, but it could also be your partner. And to some extent, it's the both of you. Of course, differently, but I am getting that you're overcoming certain feelings that are actually, again, I'm not trying to invalidate them. But it's like those feelings have a time and place, and maybe those feelings are from the past or from what people in the past have taught you, as opposed to what's going on right now. So you're overcoming a sense or lack of worthiness here. And that allows you to move forward in life, because I do see that the King of Swords at the end, it's like you break out of something. You break out of something that was difficult to release. And I feel like this is more as an individual, but that will enrich your love life somehow. Because it feels like an individual journey, and your partner could be a part of this. Maybe they help you with this if you have a partner. If you don't, this is something you figure out on your own. But I love this. Let's move on to the third part of the year. So this would be July through August. No, wait. June, July, August, July through September. For my pile 4. In terms of love and romance, what's happening? Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I know the Knight of Pentacles is slow to go, but you're setting seeds here. This would be like making plans, but plans that can't be done until later, but the plans are being made anyway. So this would be like, for example, booking a trip out 6 months in advance. It sounds a little bit much, but this is what I'm seeing. Same thing with you and your person, if you have one. Because I keep going back to like a person, I feel like a lot of you will have one. But you and your person could be planning for things in the future. Or maybe you already have the idea out there, but you don't know when to start planting those seeds. If you're single, again, this would be like you planning with somebody who really does want to commit, but it's not able to start right away. You have the Scientist. Yeah, it's like you're testing things out. You're testing things out with you and somebody, because like I said, I do feel like there's somebody here. Or if you're single, you're testing like new waters, you're testing out new people, new kinds of situations, things that are getting you out of your comfort zone, just for the sake of science, you know, just for the research. It's like, what's it called? You're doing things for the sake of science. It's like for research. Let's just see what happens. So it's kind of, it's interesting because there's a stable energy, but at the same time, like an exploratory kind of energy. You have the 10 of Swords reversed, and this oddly enough, kind of helps you out of a funk here. This helps you out of something that has kept you small, has kept you a little anxious as well. I feel like you're breaking out of something by taking something very lightheartedly or taking something step by step. There's something to be said about moving slowly from, again, this is July to September. You're moving slowly, but you're moving steadily in the right direction. So this could be you and a new person taking it slow. If you're already in a commitment with somebody, this would be you and your partner just kind of, like, let's say you and your partner want a house. You're going out there and applying for like a pre-loan or whatever it's called, or you're looking at places. You're literally testing things out and taking it lightheartedly. The fact that you can't set anything in stone right now is actually a little bit freeing, because it's kind of like, and I'm not saying it's called, what's it called? False future faking. It's not that. It's more like you're testing things out. Let's say you and your partner also want a kid. You babysit for a little bit to see how that feels. I'm getting a little bit of that. Whatever this is, you're trying something out just to see how it goes for this science, quote, quote. And the King of Pentacles. I love that. We begin with the Knight of Pentacles and we end with the King of Pentacles. This is progress. You're making progress with somebody. You could be making progress yourself as well in terms of stability, in terms of something that is going to be long lasting. So I really do like this because, like I said, it's not future faking. It's literally mapping things out and the possibilities of how it could go. So this isn't somebody who would just say something for the sake of saying it for funsies, you know, like the future fakers who are like, oh yeah, let's get married. We want to have this many kids. No, this is somebody who's like, hey, my sister wants me to take care of her kids. You want to babysit over for the weekend and see how that goes? And without saying it, you kind of just look at them and you're like, oh, they're trying to see how that parenthood thing would go. That's an example, of course. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I'm getting that. If you're single, same thing. Maybe this person's like, hey, let's go away for a weekend. And that's testing out how you two would be together. You know, should you decide to take it to the next level? Should you decide to become more committed? I'm getting that. So you're testing something out and it's going to be really fun in this third portion of the year. I like it. It's fun. Lots of earth energy. Somebody could be dealing again with an earth sign. We already said Capricorn at the beginning, but this would also be, what else is coming through? In fact, all of the earth, except the Queen of Pentacles has come out. All of the Pentacles suits have come out so far. So yeah, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, with a heavy emphasis on Capricorn. All right, the last half of the year, pile 4. We have the Ranger. Cute. Cute. I'm going to read from the book for this one because I forget what the Ranger is all about. We have the Empress reversed. Again, we're talking about your worthiness here because I feel like a lot of you, especially my feminines out there, I feel like you're kind of wondering your worth. And I don't know why that's such a big deal here. 8 of Wands, but you do get over it kind of quickly. Like, you may question it for a fraction of a second, but you get over it quickly. And why is that? Why is that? Okay, because we have the 6 of Cups and the Page of Wands. Because you're going to notice that people are like reciprocating. They're showing you just how attractive you are in this last half. If you have a partner, this could, I mean, they could take it several ways. I'm not saying that they're jealous, but if they get jealous easily, they might, you know, say something, or they might get a little bit more possessive. Or they could just point out, it's like, hey, that person was checking you out. I guess it depends on their level of possessiveness here. But I feel like if you have a partner, they will point it out. If you don't, this will just be like getting sudden interest. Because the 6 of Cups is like an exchange of like love here or admiration. And with the Page of Wands reversed, you could be, for example, getting hit on by people that you typically don't go for, that are definitely not your type. Like, the example I'm being shown is like a woman, much older woman, getting hit on by like some young dude, and it's like, oh, that's cute, that's sweet, but you know, you're too young for me. I'm getting that kind of energy. So that kind of boosts your confidence. So it's kind of like the moment you feel like you're not worthy enough, that you don't look feminine enough, you don't look good enough, you're I don't know, getting old or something, there will be some sort of situation that literally comes up where people show you exactly how what you're feeling isn't the reality of it. You know, you may feel like you're not worthy. You may feel like you're losing your touch, but then the universe comes through and it's like, no, look at all these people lining up to just have your attention, is what I'm getting. So I'm getting a little bit of that. That's why you get over it kind of quickly. And maybe this has already been happening, but there's an emphasis on it at the end of the year. For some of you, you may be thinking that you're not worthy of your partner. Maybe they want something else, but they're going to show you right away that they do, without you bringing this up. This is without you having to bring this situation up. 3 of Swords. Clarification on the 3 of Swords. Ace of Swords. Because, ooh, Emperor reversed. Interesting. Because your partner, if you have a partner, they go through it too. Not only that, if you're single, it's understanding that you're not alone in this. Like, people of whatever you're interested in, whatever you're attracted to, also go through this. And it's kind of, maybe it's a whole phenomenon or something at the end of the year where people are feeling weird, but the truth is that they're not. I'm getting that it's like anytime there's a heartbreak, instead of just like wallowing in your sorrow or misery, or just like, instead of just sitting there feeling heartbroken, you pick yourself up and understand that there will be opportunities elsewhere. Especially my singles out here who maybe you get rejected or something doesn't go through or something happens. It's like, oh, okay, let me pick my pretty self back up and move on. Like, there's so many options out there, and the universe will show this to you. Like, maybe one person rejects you, but like 5 other people pay you a compliment. It's like, oh, you're so pretty, or wow, you're really, really, you look like you really have your world together, or wow, you have an amazing life. I'm getting that kind of energy at the end of the year. But let me read from the book, because I feel like the Ranger has more information. I mean, some of you could literally be getting with a Ranger or becoming a Ranger. And if so, let me know how that goes. That's always fun. But from the book, the Ranger is about recharging. Visually, the card is separated into 3 triangles. Triangles represent the underlying human need for enlightenment, connection, and revelation, which we can only obtain under the calm equality between mind, body, and spirit. This card is about problem solving by freeing your mind. Take yourself out of the mindset where you've been stuck and concentrate on the areas where you do your best thinking. Whether it's spending time alone in nature, having a game night with friends, cuddling up in front of a fire, or even taking a long shower. Try to spend some time focusing on nothing in particular. Enjoy time in safe, comfortable spaces, and let your unthinking do the legwork for you. A little recharge can go a long way. I love it. I love that, because I truly believe in all of that. Just spending time on your own to see where you are. So I'm getting the sense that a lot of you are kind of connecting your mind, body, and spirit as well towards the end of the year. In terms of love and relationships, it's like how you look, how you feel, and how you're able to offer as well as receive the love around you is going to be really important toward the end of the year. There seems to be a lot of energy in those last 3 months, and that typically happens because of the holiday seasons. We see more people, things get busier. At least the Western holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving, etc. If you don't celebrate those, it could just be anything else. But I am getting that you have far too much going on to sit and think, am I good enough? We're not dealing with that kind of energy anymore. You know you're good enough, because somebody, again, I feel like somebody mirrors this to you, and maybe they come up to you and they tell you, I feel like I'm not good enough. And you're like, what are you talking about? Of course you are. But then you sit there and think, wait a minute, that's how I feel. And maybe I should be talking to myself that way too. I feel like this is regardless of whether you're in a connection or not. So I'm getting that. I'm getting that really strongly. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to your oracles pile 4. For my pile 4, what's happening in 2026? For my pile 4. Ooh, we have Flower of Life, divine creativity and manifestation. You're going to be manifesting a lot this year. If you're on your own, it's because your manifestation powers have really surpassed what you used to have. And if you have a partner, it's because you manifest with them amazing things. I'm not sure if you've ever done that, where like you have a partner and you both really want something. So like that desire, that signal out to the universe amplifies, and it becomes, it like doubles in its potency. So you're able to manifest, quite honestly, anything you could want this year. regardless of whether you have a partner or not. But if you have a partner, more so. As long as you're on the same page, of course. Back of the deck, we have Divine Destiny, Path of the Divine Warrior. Love it. Love it. They both of these cards have, are those falcons? They have these birds. Maybe falcons are of importance here. For those of you who, or hawks, are they hawks? What's the bird that you can like handle with a glove and stuff? I guess it could be any bird, right? But I'm getting that maybe birds are of importance here for you and or your partner, if you have one, or a person of interest. Let's get the rest of your cards. We have confidence reversed because your confidence is going to be a little bit at the front and center this year. You're going to really find your confidence this year. Somebody could wear like a perfume because I forgot that I have one on and it's really strong. So maybe you use like a little perfume or some sort of scent to boost your confidence. I know citrusy scents are meant to boost confidence. I'm thinking like something fruity or citrusy. Maybe you might wear that because that's what mine smells like. We have flow. Going with the flow. It's weird. I'm getting this energy of like 1 minute you feel like you're not enough, but then the next you're like, okay, let's get over that. Like you're trying really hard to overcome the negative self-talk. And maybe that's the negativity that you overcome at the beginning of the year. Because like I said, you're closing out something, you're acknowledging where you're not okay. The toxicity may be within you because the toxicity is not understanding how worthy you are, pile 4, of everything you want. Both in love and in life in general, but mostly in love as well. We have gratitude again. I love these colors. So teal could be an important color here for you. Maybe that's like a power color for you. But I feel like with gratitude, you're being very grateful for the experiences that you have, both with and without somebody. Regardless, you're grateful for the love that surrounds you. You're grateful for all the things that are happening. So it's like a gratitude in love. And then back of the deck, we have the distraction of shiny things reversed, letting me know that, again, when the comfortable self-nagging comes through, you're going to let it go. Because I think some of us have become so used to being self-deprecating to the point that we think it's a quirk. And it can be, but for the majority of people, it's just a way to excuse negative self-talk. And I feel like we're finally releasing that this year, pile 4. Let's get the last of your cards. And then we'll get your Astro Dice. Pile 4. So yeah, your confidence is being boosted here. All right, we have this one. Again, you're getting like this beautiful teal color. Maybe some of you are Aquariuses because this does make me think of like the color aqua. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. What did I say? That's exactly what I've been talking about this entire reading. I'm going to get you another one, pile 4, just because I'm really hitting the nail on the head with that one. All right, we have these angel wings. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So yeah, you're closing out cycles from the past and coming into this new year with new ones. So I do see definitely a new perspective in love and a new perspective in yourself. Therefore, it transforms the way you attract people or the way you go about life with your partner. Because I do get that some of you definitely have a partner and some of you don't. But regardless, there's something about your self-confidence that's really going to amplify your love life for the better here. Let's get your Astro Dice. All right, we have the number 4. We have Cancerian energy. So home and family is going to be really important, as well as Jupiter. Oh, some of you could have Jupiter in Cancer like myself, which means that you will have a great amount of luck. It's a great position for Jupiter because it allows you to be like really happy, but also comfortable with like the things around you. In fact, I do have Jupiter in Cancer in the 4th house now that I think of it. So Jupiter in the 4th house, this is happiness and home, happiness or good luck in the home as well. If you're looking for a house, this is a great year to do so for some of you, I'm hearing. Or if you're looking for a new home with you and your person, that could be important. Creating a family this year could also be important. Or you could have luck with that, especially for those of you who have been trying to have children, if that's applicable. And motherly energy could be important here as well. There's a lot of nurturing, a lot of good luck in nurturing yourself and others. I feel like you may be spending a lot of time comforting and giving love to others. Just make sure you give that back to yourself here, pile 4. Also, the number 4 has been really important because this is pile 4 and you got the number 4. And also the Jupiter glyph looks like a 4, which I think is interesting. And Cancer is the 4th sign of the zodiac. So lots of synchronicity here for sure, especially with this color as well. But this is where I leave it, pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 5. If you chose the Mystic Dreams Tarot, then we have your reading here for you about your 2026 love, romance, predictions. We're going to see how the year 2026 is going to go for you in terms of romance, regardless of whether you're single or in a connection. I will read for both. I did have a song come through for you. We're going to start with the tarot and then we're going to get into the oracles, but I did have a song come through for you before I forget it. And I know it's for you because I don't like this kind of music, but I don't know who sings it, but it goes, baby, I've been losing sleep, thinking about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been playing hard. Instead of counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. I don't know what that song's called. I don't know who it's by, but I used to hear it on the radio a lot. So there could be something about planning for the future for a lot of you, especially if you're in a connection. And I don't know if that's meant to be your perspective or your person's perspective, but let's get started. The way I'm doing the tarot, the year is going to be in quarters. So the first quarter is going to be like the first 3 months, then the next 3 months, and the next 3 months. Kind of to mimic the seasons a little bit. But let's go ahead and see what's going on for my pile 5 in terms of love and romance. There's also something about like a hurried pace here, which is interesting. The year might go by fast for you. We have the Sage, the Hermit reversed. Yeah, if you're single, I don't feel like you'll be single for long, or you will be given a lot of options that you won't feel single. So this could be like you have multiple dates, or you could have multiple options, or you could date several people. Maybe at the same time if that's what you're into, or even like throughout the year. If you're already in a connection, again, I feel like you're not going to have much alone time. We have the 4 of Pentacles, letting go. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, instead of counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. Divine Masculine reversed. Page of Cups. Interesting. Yeah, okay, so that song, the way that song is coming through, the way I meant to interpret it, or at least that part of the song, is that somebody here really does want to kind of take you out of hermit mode and be either a provider to give you more, because 4 of Pentacles reversed, instead of holding on, it's letting go. And I'm kind of seeing this as like giving, like instead of holding on or keeping to self, it's giving here, because they see your worth here with the 9 of Pentacles. But the Divine Masculine, the Emperor reversed, and the Page of Cups upright, it's kind of like they know they're not an Emperor yet, or they're not in Emperor energy. So they kind of want to claim something. They kind of want to solidify something. If you're already in a connection, I feel like this could also apply, but just in different ways. So this would be like, let's say you plan on getting married, but you really don't have the funds to get married now. So instead they just kind of give you a ring that's not kind of like an engagement ring. It could just be like a ring of commitment or something like that. This is an example, of course, but it's something along those lines. So something kind of gets solidified in the first beginning of the year to claim you or to keep you, because there's something here about not wanting to let you go, or not wanting, it's weird. It's like they don't want to hold on so tight that they fear losing you. It's like they just want to give you what you need in order to keep you. Does that make sense? So I'm getting strong committal energy right away, because I feel like for a lot of you, you're actually fine on your own. You're happy being single, but there is this energy that somebody here just really does want to be with you, and they know where they're at in life. They know what they can and can't offer, but they're hoping that their offer of love, their offer of commitment, though it may not be the traditional offer of commitment, will be enough for you. And I guess it's up to you whether you accept that or not here, pile 5. I feel like the feelings are definitely there here with the Page of Cups. I feel like, if anything, this connection could be more... I mean, I guess it depends. Maybe feelings are developed during this time, even if it was just casual or playful or more physical in the beginning. Feelings are developing here with the Page of Cups. And this could be with somebody who's not used to following their feelings, or used to following, like, maybe this is somebody who's more logical and they typically go with something that makes sense to them. But here it's like the heart is winning over with the Cups energy, which I think is lovely. But like I said, I feel like it's not commitment right away, but it's something. And I don't know, I guess that's up to you, whether you will see that as valuable or not, if you will see that as worthy of accepting or not. But I do see somebody here making an offer. Like, they can't be an Emperor, but they can be a Page of Cups. So that's what I'm seeing in the beginning. Definitely a new love interest. New as in you haven't been with them before. This is not an ex coming around, and this is somebody who either you've newly started seeing them, or the feelings have newly developed. If you're already in a connection, this is definitely your partner. Again, kind of making a compromise on what they can and can't offer you, or what can and can't be done. I guess it depends on where you both are in life. For the second part, this would be, so this is January through March. Next is April through June. We have the Four of Cups reversed. Wow, okay, we're letting go of a lot of baggage this year. You or the person you're with. We're letting go of a lot of baggage, which is good. This is good. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. We have the King of Cups. There he is. That page becomes a king. Yeah, if you have a potential love interest, this person's very promising. That's for sure. Both in that they promise, well, let me not put it that way. I don't think they promise things that they can't fulfill, or that they know they're not empty. They're not full of empty promises, but they feel like a promising person, as in, like, this is something that could go the distance. This is something that you could work with. This is something that you would be okay with. Because I see them literally take steps here to either release certain baggage. Maybe you're releasing baggage and that's allowing them to come through. Because I feel like your idea of love is shifting, or your idea of a relationship is shifting. And maybe you typically wouldn't do that. But in this case, you're making an exception because you feel the feelings are requited, strong, or reciprocated. Reciprocated. If you already have a partner, again, this is them just showing how much they care. And they do show it through, here, let me, Two of Wands. Fate. They show it through actions. But I also feel like there's fate at play here. So if things aren't working out, it's because you're meant to take it slower. If things are working out, it's because the universe wants you to go through with it. So I see somebody who really cares about you. But maybe their attempts may or may not be something that are working. Because I see somebody having an idea and they try to go through with it, but then it backfires. Or they're releasing baggage. This is healing. This is healing. You're watching somebody. I mean, this could also be you. Maybe you're both going through this. But you're watching somebody kind of struggle. But it's not discouraging you. If anything, it's the fact that they're even trying that is... Ooh, look at how bright the sun got. It's the fact that they're even trying that is really winning your heart over here. Again, if you're single, this is going to be somebody coming through. If you're already in a partnership, this is you watching your partner make things happen. But it's not about what actually happens. It's about their effort. I feel like you're really focusing on the effort and them trying, because that means more to you than the outcome in some cases, I guess, depending on what's going on here. But I do see like new ideas. The Ace of Swords is kind of like a new perspective. It's kind of like a mini hanged man in this case. So they could be going through new things. Maybe you're seeing things differently as well. But I am seeing kind of like certain things working out and certain things not working out. But it's all about the effort, and it's all about like where you both are at the end of the day. But I do see a lot of feelings between you and somebody here. I want to get a clarifier on this Fates card. There could be a particular, like something happens, like the universe may throw you something that is meant to be, I don't want to say a test, but it's kind of like the universe allows something to happen to kind of show you whether this is meant for you or not, because the fate is kind of like divine intervention in a way. We have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's like divine intervention. This is kind of like, let's say the universe, your guides, your higher being, your whatever, is watching this connection play out. And they're just watching you two. And they're like, wow, they really want to be together. And they're good together. But like things are just not working out for them. Let's throw them a bone. Like let's help them out. Let's help these two out because there's clearly something going on. Kind of like when you watch like a little child try to figure something out. And they're almost there. So you kind of gently step in and like guide them in the right direction. I'm seeing that. That's what's happening in that second half of the year or second quarter of the year. Because there's a lot of love here. Like the feelings are genuine. That's for sure. But maybe the actions are all over the place. Maybe the results are all over the place. But the feelings are genuine. Let's go ahead and get your next season. This is July through September. Also, somebody's father could be of importance here with the King of Cups. Because yes, this could be your person, but it could also be somebody's father either getting in the way or being discouraging, which is interesting because I just gave you the example of helping a small child out. But in this case, maybe somebody's parent. It doesn't even have to be a father. Somebody's parent could be getting in the way somehow. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I just heard less responsibilities and less worries, so that's a good thing. We have the Queen of Swords. I feel like you start coming up with a lot of ideas. I wonder if in this connection, because I doubt a lot of you will be single. If you are, this is just like you taking a new approach to something. This is like you finally expressing your ideas, like you're confident enough in the connection or in the relationship now to start expressing your ideas of how things should go. We have the High Priestess reversed, and really what it is, it's your intuition, but you may not have to describe it as your intuition, especially if somebody or some people here don't trust quote quote intuition, but it's your intuition coming through to help you out as well. Like I said, there's divine intervention, and it could come in the form of your intuition. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And the King of Swords. Yes, love it. Love it. So this is you having an effect on your person. Like because you tap into your intuition or your wisdom or your guidance, they also, like once they listen to it, once they start seeing the results of what it is that you are creating, I feel like they will fall in line. And it's like you both finally see eye to eye here, or you're both on the same wavelength, so you're able to really meet each other and the mind, and you're both you're very communicative during this time. You could be talking a lot regardless of where you are in the world, whether it's long distance or not. You're both speaking a lot. You're also making plans. I keep seeing like plans, but this is like having multiple plans in place. The sword suits, the King and Queen of Swords, they will have a million plans. They have plan A, B, C, D, all the way through Z. Like they will have thought out everything, especially when it comes to your assets. If money is of importance here, you're making a plan to either save money or find some sort of stability if it's not finances, but you're definitely making plans for the future. You could be keeping these secret. I'm just now thinking that the High Priestess reverse could be keeping your ideas, your intuition secret. I keep seeing that. So you may not talk a lot about your intuition. Maybe even if your person is intuitive as well, they're not going to talk about that. But you're keeping your plans secret until they're ready to be revealed. Because the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, they're both about achievement. They're both about getting somewhere with the resources that you have. So I feel like you may be deciding certain plans. And because things kept getting in the way here, especially through some sort of a hindrance, either it was a person or something else, like you're both deciding on something here. That's the divine intervention. It's like giving you these little ideas when you're least thinking about it. And maybe you both even get the same idea. Like maybe when you're apart, you both brainstorm and somehow think of like the same thing. And that's going to be kind of like a sign that you're meant to go through with something here. So I am seeing a lot of cooperative energy here. I see you in a connection, whether you like it or not because you don't have a choice, but because something just makes sense here. So I feel like you are meant to be with somebody this year, pile 5, because I'm honestly not picking up on a lot of single energy. I mean, you could decide to claim that you're single, but it's not going to feel that way. That's for sure. All right. And then the last part of the year, this is going to be October through December. Yeah, there's a disruptive energy to this one. So for those of you in a connection, or if you want a connection, I would make it a point to really manifest that you are protected in this connection, that you're protected from outside influence, that you're protected even from internal influence, like, you know, the thoughts of your parents, the naysayers, the friends that don't want to see this. I feel like there's a lot working against you and a person, because it's not you and your person against each other. You both adore each other. It's the outside world versus you both. And the universe is watching this. They're like, wow, why are people getting in pile 5s and their person's business? You have the 3 of Cups, friends, family, partying. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, beautiful. So you may go through a bit of a glow up in the last year, or you could meet somebody's friends here. Probably your partner's friends. You could introduce your partner to your friends. I feel like you get to know a lot more people during the last quarter of the year. Not only that, but they're seeing like the glow that you have, and it's looking positive on you. Whatever's going on looks really good on you. We have, ooh, the Lovers. Oh, I love it. I love it. For those of you already committed, this would be a great time to get married. I'll be honest, because you're looking good. Your friends are there. The Lovers energy, like everybody is acknowledging you both as like a solid relationship, a solid connection. This is especially true like when somebody brings somebody over for like the Thanksgiving dinner, the Christmas party, etc. I'm getting a little bit of that, or the New Year's party. We have the 2 of Pentacles. Yes. So you're finally able to find that solid ground, because the majority of these Pentacle cards were upside down, with the exception of the 9 of Pentacles, which would be you and your independence. They were all upside down until this one, and I love it. So it's a great time for you and your partner, and you're looking amazing as well. Ooh, and this is the best card. The 9 of Swords reversed. Your anxieties, you no longer have to worry about them. You no longer have to worry about, I mean, you can still worry about things here and there, but I feel like your worries are no longer overtaking your joy and your happiness. Back of the deck is the 6 of Pentacles. Things even out. Things are set in balance. I love it. I love it. So a rocky start in the beginning, but like I said, there's something promising at the beginning of the year. So I wouldn't give up on it right away. I wouldn't cast it off right away. I mean, you can, but it wouldn't surprise me if it comes back around, because like I said, the universe is kind of bringing you somebody who doesn't have much at first, but I think that's meant to show you that you're meant to value the love somebody has for you over what they can offer. And I'm not saying they won't always have anything to offer. It's gonna be like the love comes first and the abundance, the money comes later, you know? I'm thinking of couples who start with nothing and then grow into wealth together. I'm getting a little bit of that, because I do see your person making an effort to be something here. It's not that they're going to be a bum, and I feel like they really do work towards this. It wouldn't surprise me if this connection is actually part of their growth as well, as in them wanting to do better for you is part of their growth. Like they're meant to achieve something. They're meant to have a prize in front of them, the prize being you or your connection. And they're meant to strive for that, because maybe they were a little stagnant. Maybe they weren't getting anywhere in life. And then you come along, your partnership comes along, and it influences them for the better. Because like I said, your Queen of Swords energy, your intelligence, your ideas, your motivation, really does kind of affect them for the better. The only thing you have to watch out for is the people who may have ulterior motives outside of this connection. I do see family getting in the way. It could also be friends, but honestly, I'm seeing more family than anything. But by the end of the year, there's something really beautiful here, and things become so much more positive. I love this energy, pile 5, because I'll be honest, even me looking at those first 2 sets of cards, I was like, I don't know, this could be a make it or break it deal. And honestly, I do feel like halfway through the year could be where you make it or break it, is what I'm seeing. Also, the majority of you likely won't be single for the majority of the year. If you are, like I said, you could claim to be, but it won't really be that way. You'll have somebody like wanting to be with you, making an effort for you. And of course you do have choice here, but like I said, I wasn't getting single energy past that first section. So you might be single the beginning of the year, but it won't last long, pile 5. So let's get your oracles. We have Scales of Balance, Ancient Tantra of the Soul. Yes, this is the masculine and feminine coming together. This doesn't mean it's man and woman. It's just 2 energies combining together in this beautiful balance of the universe. I do feel like this could easily be a soulmate kind of connection or something where it's meant to be. There is a tantra here. So you could both be into the tantric as here, if that's something you're into. There is a strong spiritual vibe to this connection, I won't lie. Because like I said, divine intervention comes through, especially if people are meddling in your business when they shouldn't be. And that would include family. Because when 2 people love each other, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, including family. And I get that some people may come from cultures where like the parents' opinions could be really important, but at the end of the day, your happiness is more important. I feel like your happiness will create happiness that spreads like a beautiful disease. Your happiness spreads, you know? We have movement. Yes, like I said, this year is going to go by quickly for you. A lot is going to happen because even right now, I'm getting a sense of urgency in this particular pile where I wasn't really getting that in previous piles. So you and your person could move fast, or a lot of things could happen at once. I'm also not getting too many cards for you. I feel like your cards are very precise. Like, you know what you want. Your person knows what you want, or what they want as well. Your person knows what they want. But it's funny that I said your person knows what you want. So they may make an effort to know what it is that you want so they can make it happen. Love it. Fierce serenity. Yes, you are guarding your serenity so fiercely, but you're also guarding your peace. You're guarding everything that happens between you and your person. So, like I said, there could be some secrecy here. You could keep certain things under wraps. You don't have to let everybody know everything that you're doing, because you never know who's got that evil eye on you. We have your past supports your future. Yes, I love it. Because like I said, you're letting go of a lot of baggage this year. It's important. The months August through November could be the most important here, but you're letting go of a lot of baggage. You're also letting go of a lot of that has been weighing you down. You're letting go of anxieties as well. I saw that with the 9 of Swords reversed, because upright, the 9 of Swords is anxiety. Reversed, it's like there's no longer a need to worry about silly things or things that you can't help. And even if you can't help them, you know, you're still not going to worry. And then we have choose who you are becoming. I feel like this is more for your partner than you. I feel like they're choosing what they want to be, and you're kind of just a inspiration. You're just sitting there looking pretty, and they're like, yeah, I know what I want to be. And they want to be yours. This could also be you, of course, pile 5. Maybe you're choosing what kind of person you want to be through this connection. It could easily be the both of you, but for whatever reason, I was seeing more of your partner, I guess, to give you some sort of guidance or confirmation of what this connection could end up being if you had somebody on your mind, or if you already are with somebody. Not my alarm going off. It was silent, but my alarm was going off, and I was like, oh, okay, time to wake up. Time to wake up. Yeah, that song makes sense. I've been losing sleep thinking about the things that we could be. And by the end of the year, that 9 of Swords reverse, they're no longer losing sleep. They already know. They're acting it. It's in fruition. It's happening. We have Jupiter. Yes, a lot of luck is on your side. And I should have said that earlier because we did have the fates, the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is good luck. We also have Gemini. I like Gemini here because, yes, it's also the Lover's card, number 6. But I'm thinking also of like of mirroring each other, of you're both on the same page. You're both on the same wavelength. Almost like you could say twin flame if you're familiar with twin flames or if you agree with twin flames. And then we have the 4th house. The 4th house does talk about family, either your own family that you create with your partner or the families that you each have. This could also be roots and upbringing. So you may have a lot of luck. If you wanted to start a family this year, it would be a great time to do so. Also a great time for marriage. I'll be honest, for a lot of you, this would be a great year for marriage. However, it would have to be like a spontaneous, sudden kind of marriage. It wouldn't be something you plan. It would be something like, hey, we're going to, this is an example. I'm not saying this is healthy or that this is what you're going to do or that you should do, but it's going to be like, hey, next month we're going to Las Vegas. Let's just go get married there and then have like the actual wedding some other time. I'm getting something like that where you both marry for the sake of keeping each other. And then like whatever else happens after that, that's everybody else's business, because I feel like you both just want to keep whatever this is to yourselves. You kind of just want your relationship to be your own thing and not worry about what anybody else has to say about it. Maybe a lot of you are very strongly guided or influenced by family, or they may have like a big strong say in what you get to do or don't get to do. But I'm seeing a little bit of rebellion here. But this is going to be healthy for the both of you with this Jupiter energy and Gemini energy. Somebody here could have Jupiter and Gemini, which, God, when was the last time that happened? I want to say the year 1989 could be one of them. And then the last, I want to say 2001 also has that. I would look into your chart. I think it's like year of snake or like the end of year of dragon or the beginning of year of horse, because for a while they lasted only 12 years, but I don't think that's the case anymore. Anyway, let's get your last cards. I almost forgot the Lover's Oracles for my pile 5. So this is an exciting year for you. Definitely a lot happening, both good and bad. Mostly good though. The bad isn't between the both of you. The bad is like everything else around you. You have this one. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. This is beautiful. I'm gonna get another one. Yeah, there's a very deep love here. Okay, we have this one. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. What did I say? You're letting go of like that baggage, the stagnant emotions, the resentment, the fears, the worries, or any negative emotion regarding love in general, or even this connection. If you're in a connection, which a lot of you will be, you have to release those. Like, yes, you feel the emotions, but you don't let them become you. And you definitely don't let them cloud the way you're meant to move in life. Because I feel like emotions are important here because it shows that you care. It shows that you care and that you want something and that this is meant to be something beautiful. So in order to see things clearly, let go of resentment. And I feel like that's something you're going to learn very strongly. I do feel this is you, pile 5, more so than your person, because your person's in their feelings. But I feel like for you, you may think of like past relationships where like things didn't work out. And it's not fair to compare the current energy to the past energy. It's not fair to compare your current person to your past person. So I'm getting a little bit of that. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile 5. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 5. If you chose the Prism Tarot, then we have a reading here for you about your love life in 2026. We're going to see what's going to happen for you in the year 2026 in terms of love and romance, regardless of whether you are single or in a relationship. I will read for both. We're going to start with the tarot, and we're going to go in quarters. So we're going to do the first 3 months, the second 3 months, the third 3 months, etc. And then we're going to go into the oracles to see more themes that may come through. So let's get started, pile 6. And did I say pile 6? This is pile 6. I didn't know whether I was going to make 6 piles or not. So here we are, pile 6. What's happening for them in terms of love and romance in 2026? We have the Knight of Swords, ambition. We have the Fool, take the leap. Some new communication for sure. This could be somebody new, like somebody that you meet online for some of you, or somebody that you start speaking to a little bit more, like maybe your communication, your conversations get deeper. We have the High Priestess reversed, intuition. We have the Ace of Pentacles, opportunity. Okay, you have like a... and the Page of Cups, play. You're going to have a solid offer at the beginning of the year. This could be one person, this could be multiple people, but I am seeing one particular person who is new. I get Aquarius energy from them, maybe Pisces, maybe they're on the Aquarius-Pisces cusp, but I'm getting this energy of somebody who wants to get to know you, somebody who at least wants friendship for sure, but I feel like you don't see them coming, or your intuition could have been like, either you ignored your intuition about this person, or you've been kind of not trusting your intuition about this for whatever reason. It's kind of like you either don't see it coming, or I don't know, I feel like you've gone back and forth about this person, but they do feel new, as in you haven't had anything romantic with them. They could be a new person in your life as well. A lot of combination of water and air, though. I am getting that with the with Aquarius, Pisces, Cups, and air here. But I do feel like they make a solid offer. Like, even though they have this very mutable, watery, airy energy, they actually like give you something of value or something solid to go off on. And I feel like you're gonna enjoy getting to know this person. With play and ambition, I do feel like you both like enjoy the same things, or you could have a lot of fun together for sure. It feels very fun though. It feels very light, whoever this person is. If you're already in a connection, this could be your partner. This could be you and your partner opening up to each other more, conversating more, having more discussions that are important. You could decide to try new things together, and even open up channels of like emotion that maybe you hadn't thought of before. This could also be making solid plans here with the Ace of Pentacles. But overall, I feel like your intuition won't really let you know about this. Like, again, you don't see it coming is what I'm getting here. So, or this could have been hidden for some time. Like, this does feel like the energy of like a secret crush for some of you. For my singles here, like someone who's kind of liked you for some time and you didn't know whether they did or not, and they're kind of coming through. Because like I said, you couldn't really trust your intuition about this. I think for a good reason. Sometimes the universe wants to surprise us. So let's move on to the next 3 months. This was January through March. Now we're going to go on to April through June. For my pile 6, we have the Two of Swords. Lots of communication. This feels like the kind of communication where, let's say you both can't agree on certain things. I feel like you take turns making decisions. You both take turns, like 1 week or 1 day, one of you decides what to do and then the other day the other. So there is like a balance of back and forth of communication here. And I kind of like this. I feel like you're both open to speaking to each other, as opposed to certain relationships or certain like dates or whatever. Potential interest where one person is always making the effort and the other one's just always responding. I feel like here there's a good back and forth between you and this person. All right, we have Strength reversed, compassion. We have the Eight of Swords, self-victimization. We have the Six of Wands, victory. You're overcoming a lot. And Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're overcoming a lot in the second half, or sorry, the second part of the year. Because I'm seeing, again, like you're balancing things out. And rather than, some of you could be prone to jumping to the worst conclusion here with the Eight of Swords. I feel like what you're learning is that when you open up a channel of communication, it leaves little room for miscommunications or misunderstandings. And that's one thing you're overcoming, either by yourself or with your partner or with whomever you're seeing. I feel like this is regardless of your romantic status here. I feel like you're going to overcome something that used to either freak you out or send you spiraling into this energy of like, I don't know what to do. This could be you, or it could be your person. Maybe you watch your person kind of go through this where they overcome some sort of, I almost heard language barrier, where they overcome some sort of communication issue or communication barrier. It's like somebody here decides to make things better, and you both balance each other out. You both get on equal footing. It's like you're both on the same level. You understand each other. So, I mean, literally, it could be a language barrier for some of you. Like you're both learning how to speak each other's languages or understand each other. Another way of seeing this would be like if you both have weird ways of communicating, you learn to communicate better. Maybe somebody here really needs those confirmation texts or needs more clarification, and somebody else here isn't used to that. Or maybe somebody here prefers to like talk in person as opposed to talking in a text message. I'm getting that kind of energy. So whatever you prefer here, pile 2, we're overcoming these things. Because I mean, it's funny because I hear stories of people who are married who, when they first met each other, didn't even speak each other's language. They just knew that they liked each other. And I always think, how? How did that happen? You know, how did these two people, like, was it just like, oh, they saw them blushing, so they knew that they were into them? Like, I don't get how people do that, especially when you think of, like, people from before we had text messaging and apps that would translate things for us. You know, I wonder how they did it. I'm getting something similar to that. And if people like that could do it, then 2 people who speak the same language can easily overcome any sort of language or communication hiccup or glitch here. So I'm getting a little bit of that here for my pile 6, because I do feel like you speak a lot, but maybe the way you speak is different. Or like I do feel like words of affirmation could be a love language here for somebody, but maybe not for the other person. So there's something along that line, because with victory and priorities, it's like you're prioritizing what is good for the both of you. Even my singles, like you're prioritizing people who only speak to you in ways that you like to be spoken to, not just, you know, what's it called? Dry texting or whatever, where somebody just answers with one word, or they don't ask the same questions back, or whatever the case is. So I'm getting a little bit of that. Love it. Love to see it. So let's move on to the 3rd part of the year. This would be July through September for my pile 6. All right, we have the King of Cups. We have the 10 of Swords. There's some sort of ending here. Emotional maturity and ending. Some sort of ending is forcing somebody to become emotionally mature. This could be you. This could be your person. If you have a person. There's also something here about father issues. So whatever that may be, that could be several things. But I feel like that's finally coming to an end. Somebody could be moving away from their father or cutting off communication from their father. That's not everybody, of course, but that could be an issue here, or something that could be impacting the way you view romance, or the way somebody here approaches, like if it's your partner, the way they approach romance. We have the 6 of Swords reversed, coming back. We have the 8 of Wands. Interesting, because it's also reversed. And we have the 7 of Swords. Not gonna lie, this 3rd part does feel like there's a lot of... There's a coming back of old ways because of something emotional. Like, for example, this would be like somebody feels triggered. So it instigates some sort of behavior or some sort of habit that used to happen. And I feel like somebody here is going to have a hard time of it. This could be you. This could be your person. If you are not in a relationship, this could be somebody that you're seeing, that you're having to witness go through a bit of an emotional... Let's call it a breakthrough, an emotional breakthrough, because they're feeling things that they haven't felt before. Because they're having to let go of some sort of masculine wound, father wound, whatever you want to call it. Because this issue, it feels like, let's say somebody had a very emotionally unavailable father. They're breaking through that because maybe somebody here, again, you or your person, has felt that showing emotions was a sign of weakness, was a sign that was very unnecessary, especially in romance. And I feel like somebody's breaking through that. And it's going to cause a bit of a internal, what's the word? Internal chaos. Like it's it's a breakthrough. That's what I'm seeing. And this could have something to do with like a trip. Maybe somebody goes back home and they have to deal with this. Again, I'm not sure if this is you or your person, or maybe you're having to witness this. For example, if you go with your person to visit family, you may see how they and their father get along or react to each other, and it just kind of it shakes you up. You're like, oh wow, how that's your father? How do you live like that? I'm getting a little bit of that. If for whatever reason they do have a great relationship with their father, it could still be something that you're not noticing. I don't know. There's something here about a father wound or a literal father that is going to be it's going to be pivotal in the way relationships are worked out. If this is you and you're single, this has to be your father, pile 6, because I have a hard time believing that you would care this much about somebody who you weren't already in a connection with. But if you are in a connection with somebody, I feel like it would be them, especially if your person is more masculine, or if you tend to go for more masculine people. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be a man, but I am seeing that. So it's kind of some tricky energy here. I don't feel like it's going to affect you, except that it's going to affect your person. And then in turn, it will affect the relationship a little bit, or they may be a little bit, a little lost, because I'm tapping into the 7 of Swords energy. And usually it means, here it says scarcity mentality. Sometimes people see it as a deception card, the lies card. Here I'm hearing lost, like not knowing what to think, not knowing what to believe. And because somebody here doesn't know what to believe, they feel like nobody else can know what to believe of the situation, including people like me who can kind of read the room and read energy. I'm getting that kind of energy from this person, because I'm kind of seeing it from the outside perspective of the both of you, which is really interesting. But I do feel like you may have to witness this, or you may yourself go through this. Take that as it resonates, of course. I know that really doesn't seem like it has much to do with romance, but it does impact the way we move in the world, or the way your person moves in the world. All right, and then the last quarter. This is October through December for my pile 6. We have, the Wheel of Fortune cycles. We have the 4 of Swords, rest. We have the 10 of Cups, fulfillment. We have the Ace of Swords, new ideas, reversed. And we have, okay, you got 2 more. Queen of Cups, reversed, and the Star. This could be you or your person. I feel like it could be you. But it's funny because I feel like fun times are here again toward the end of the year. And you may get a lot of rest, or you may need more rest than usual. But I keep getting this feeling that somebody is going through some sort of melancholy, because I heard right away, as soon as I got the 10 of Cups reversed, I wish somebody was here. I wish this person was here. I wish they were here. I keep getting that. So it's like everything is fun. Everything is fine. You're resting. You're taking care of yourself, or your person could be taking care of themselves. You could be taking care of your person. But it seems like something is hard to imagine, and it's happening. So let's say, again, like somebody here cut off communication with their father, or heaven forbid, a father passes away, or even a parent, especially for those of you who already have parents or know of parents who are like toward that phase in their life. I'm kind of getting a little back, because I keep hearing, I wish somebody was here. I mean, this could be your person. Let's say you separated from your person for whatever reason. This could be them wishing you were there. But I do kind of get this feeling that emotionally, the last half of the year is going to be quite a trip for either you or your person. Again, take it as it resonates, because I'm trying to read for both. Maybe it's for the both of you if you are in a connection. But the Star, there's a lot of positivity. There's actually a lot of beautiful positivity in the end. I just feel like you're not going to be feeling it, even though it's like feeling sad, but seeing stars and fireworks and kind of not resonating with the joy. Like you appreciate it and you see its beauty, but something, because I feel this in the heart. I feel this in the heart chakra, where the sadness is deep and lingering, and it just sits there. Some of you could be grieving. Maybe your person is grieving, because honestly, I'm not seeing a breakup anywhere here. But if for whatever reason there is, or if a separation does occur, I don't feel like it's awful enough where it would devastate you, or devastate your, and it sucks to say this, maybe devastate your person. But I am getting a sense of melancholy very strongly towards the end of the year. But I'm also seeing you get a lot of rest and a lot of hope for the new year, because I feel like for some of you, you could be You could have experienced a necessary ending in some case, whether it was, again, due to this King of Cups energy or whether it was somebody else. I do see a lot of good luck also towards the end of the year. The number 10 keeps coming up, so October could actually be an important month. Maybe some of you were born there, so that would make you Libras or Scorpios. Love the both of you. And then we also have Aquarius again here with the star. Strong Aquarius energy. Maybe some of you are like a combination of Scorpio and Aquarius, which is also fun. But that's what I have for romance. I know that last half didn't really feel like romance, but only because I feel like life changes could be getting in the way of it. Or there's like this feeling that... how do I put this? Like if you do have a partner, it's like you're so close together that you may be feeling the same things. That you may be experiencing the same things. And that's why I feel it as one energy. And if you're single, it's because all of everything else going on around you. But I do see a lot of beautiful energy towards the end of the year, even if you're not feeling it. So this could be also opportunities for love that maybe weren't there before. But with that said, let's move on to the oracles for my pile 6. And I will have the regular 2026 readings out soonish. I've been moving I swear I've been moving for a year. Because I've been watching old videos and I'm like, I've really been saying that for like at least a year now. So I never know when I will have my space to do my readings. So, pile 6. We have the Dark Mysteries, enter the chamber of the Dark Goddess. That's kind of what I'm getting. There's like this feeling that emotions are important this year because you may be experiencing new emotions. And I almost wanted to say dark emotions, but I'm not really sure what I mean by that. I guess things like new shades of like sadness and melancholy, or even like, it's funny, there's a combination of both, like the sadness, but also the joy and the lightheartedness. Again, I get this combination of like air and water. So specifically Aquarius and Scorpio, I think the most severe of those two elements I'm getting come through here. We have happiness, because yeah, look, we have Dark Mysteries and then we have happiness. I actually love this energy. I think it suits somebody who would be into tarot readings. So I do see a lot of happiness for you regardless of whether you're in a connection or not. Maybe some of you are happily single but seeing people. Let's get your Lovers Oracle card. Oh, we have this one. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, you must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Ooh, that makes a lot of sense. Not that I think you're one for being controlling here, pile 6, though maybe you are, I'm not sure. But I do feel like you're recognizing that circumstances are out of your control, so why bother trying to take control of that which you can't help? Why bother trying to understand that which must happen or which must go a certain way? Back of the deck, we have illumination. So there is a lot of light, like I said here, for this card, for this particular card. Let me get the one for this one. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like joy and happiness and also a deep understanding of yourself and others can come hand in hand. Like just because you're diving deeply into something doesn't mean that you have to get lost in it. It can also mean that you can find the beauty in it, or it may help you appreciate the beauty. This is one of those piles that doesn't feel like a love reading, but I hope this makes sense for you and or your partner if you have one. Pile 6. I've had piles like that in this particular reading so far, and so much to the point that I redid one, but I don't think I'll do that for this one. We have the Spark of Hustle. Lots of orange and yellow, so a lot of you could operate from those chakras. This would be the sacral and the solar plexus, which is where we find our confidence as well as our motivation to move and create and do things. You could be very creative this year. You could also be like willing to go after the things that you typically wouldn't go for. Or you could find yourself in a position of power naturally. We We also have you are light. Funny how light and illumination keeps coming through. Also the happiness and cozy up with risks. You may actually take a risk on something, a healthy, good, calculated risk that you've been thinking about, but you never really went after. So some of you could be going after, for some of you, it could be a person that maybe you thought, I kind of don't, maybe I don't want a person, but maybe you decide to take a risk on love, or you decide to change it up this time and ask somebody out, even if it means that they may reject you. Because I'm kind of feeling this energy of being fearless. Like you're not afraid of anything. It's like the worst has already happened. How much bad could it be? So you kind of free yourself up with that way of thinking and go after the things that you typically wouldn't. It's kind of like you stop giving, you stop caring, you stop giving a shit here, and you're going after the things that you want. And external validation, especially if you used to seek external validation, that's changing. That's changing for the better. Let's get your astro dice to close you out. Pile 6. This has been a very interesting pile, and this energy feels new. I feel like some of you could be my first time watchers. If so, hello. Okay, we have Sagittarius. Yeah, this energy felt very Sagittarian. We also have the 5th house and Jupiter, which is a very happy sign. It's a very happy planet. It's the planet of luck, good fortune, our joy, as well as our spirituality. The 5th house is the house of fun. So like I said, you could keep everything very lighthearted, flirty, and dating, but maybe not. I'm not really getting commitment energy here unless you're already with somebody. And you know for sure that nothing's going to change between you and that person. But I'm getting like very flirty energy, not wanting to set roots, but allowing love and romance in should it show up. Because you're not above, maybe some of you are okay with like casual encounters or just a lighthearted encounter. Sagittarius makes me think, again, spirituality, travel, and expanding. Here, it's more like you're expanding your way of thinking. So that could be something fun. Also, Jupiter is at its most powerful in Sagittarius. So some of you could be stepping into something that was truly made for you this year in terms of love and romance. Also, you're going to be flirting a lot. You're going to be very playful. I feel like you're going to be looking cute. And yeah, that's kind of what I got for you, pile 6. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.